Sports Radio 100.9 The Mint. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland. Michigan sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. And now we've got a show dedicated to die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that. Hello. Welcome into the show, everybody. Happy Thursday. Kyle, you know what they say. Thursday's a new Friday, which means we've made it to the weekend. Glad you're spending your mornings with us. Live from the Blazy Electric studio. Let's get things rocking and rolling. We'll get to polarizing Detroit sports athletes in the 10 o'clock hour. We've got an Around the League that will feature Aiden Hutchinson in the 10 o'clock hour. But we'll start here with last night's Tigers game. Oh, man. This team is capital H-O-T. Not only have they won 4 in a row, not only have they won 7 of their last 8 games. Kyle, are you aware they have the best record in the American League since June 1st at 20-12? This team is flying up the standings and cutting that games back number down each day. Right now, if you take a look at the division, they're only 5.5 out. If you take a look at the wild card, they're only 4 out. They've been passing teams like the Athletics, who they've beaten 2 games in a row, chance to sweep today. They've passed Baltimore. They're 1 game away from Boston. Is it a little early to be scoreboard watching? Of course it is, but when you're as hot as you are and as far back as you are, like the Tigers were a couple days ago, it's kind of fun to see them climb that ladder. And on the back of a yet another fantastic Troy Melton start, 9 strikeouts, career high. If he was qualified, he's not, but if he was qualified, Troy Melton would have the second best ERA and the second best whip in baseball, only behind the Miz. There's a lot of good things going for the Detroit Tigers right now, including that their bats are hot, including that Troy Melton's pitching like not just a really good pitcher, but he's showing some true signs of being an ace sooner rather than later, which I think is all the more reason to trade Tarek Skubal. It's not like you're waving the white flag on the season. You're simply positioning someone to be the ace of your team sooner than later. Troy Melton, the better he pitches, the hotter the Tigers get, the more Scott Harris has reason to not trade Tarek Skubal because they're going to be in the mix of things. In my mind, that only tells the Dodgers, the Yankees, whatever other teams are interested, the Phillies, asking price is going to be even a little bit higher simply because right now there's not a ton of pressure on the Tigers to trade Tarek Skubal. I've made my point clear. I want to trade Tarek Skubal no matter what. They could be in first place in the division, and I still would want Tarek Skubal moved because he's going to leave at the end of this season. And they have a guy, an ace in waiting in Troy Melton. Montero won't stop being fantastic. That's a guy who could be put back into the rotation. Job, he's making minor league starts, rehab starts right now. I think they trade him no matter what. And the better that Troy Melton pitches, the more the Tigers can play we don't have to trade him. Look at this rotation. And all of a sudden, I think his value might start to go up. Now, it does concern me that the Tigers might just decide to listen to Tarek Skubal and listen to the rest of the team that they should be buyers at this year's deadline, which, as of right now, is a little ridiculous. But Tarek Skubal did make some comments about, well, we had some injuries, we had some bad luck. I hope this team adds at the deadline. First of all, you're going to leave, so you don't get to decide what this team does at the deadline. And if he leaves and the Tigers decide to buy, that wrecks 5 years. That wrecks almost a decade if you don't cash in on him. So I'm down to trade Tarek Skubal no matter what. Obviously, I've made that point clear. I threw a lot at you there, Kyle. Bottom line is this team is very hot right now, and Troy Melton, every single outing, looks more and more like not just a future ace, but an ace in general as soon as this season.
Yeah, it's weird when, we've talked about these final Tarek Skubal starts potentially for the Tigers. You have to really embrace them, and you have to really, you can't take it for granted, right? Because we're going to lose Tarek Skubal, the back-to-back Cy Young, and he's still having a great year this year despite dealing with injury. But I have already almost fully shifted my fandom and my just who I'm attaching myself to Troy Melton. Because we don't know if Casey Mize is going to be traded either. I know you've made your case that you think he shouldn't be. I've made my case that he should be. One thing we know for damn sure is that Troy Melton is not getting traded. And so
Correct.
I've already moved all of my chips to the Troy Melton, Jackson Jobe, Kiter Montero, that group. But Melton's the guy right now that's doing it in the bigs. It's not any discredit to Jackson Jobe, but all of the good news we've gotten about Jobe is very exciting. And it feels like every time we get a piece of Jackson Jobe news update, Troy Melton pitches at the big league level like an ace.
Yes.
And it's just okay, maybe we should just kind of not think about the Jackson Jobe stuff until he's actually back in the bigs. Because we should focus on the guy who legit is pitching like a real-time ace right now for the Tigers. It can't be taken for granted what this group looks like right now, with Skubal and Mize and the way that Jack Flaherty's pitching. But Troy Melton is pitching like the number one on a good team. And he's so young. He's in just year 2 of being in the bigs, and he's finally a full-time starter for the first time in his career. And man, this guy is a joy to watch. You watch him pitch last night, and the energy that he brought, it was the stuff of an ace. Because it's not just about the stuff. It's not just about striking guys out and having great numbers. Obviously, that's a majority of it. But you also have to have the ace mojo. We know how Tarek Skubal pitches. Casey Mize doesn't really have that mojo. It's not his fault, but it's just not how he is. Troy Melton had that last night, man. He was getting hype after every strikeout. I loved on the Detroit Sportsnet after Jeff McNeil legit crashed out after his strikeout against Troy Melton. Melton just goes back to the dugout and is just meditating.
Yeah, that's what he does.
And they have the side-by-side.
The Melton meditate.
Of Jeff McNeil just screaming into his helmet. That was hilarious. And I just think right now, even though Tarek Skubal is still on the team, even though Casey Mize is still on the team, I have completely put my full focus on Troy Melton is the ace of the Tigers.
1.82 ERA. Again, if he was qualified, that would be second only behind the Miz. A .80 whip. Again, if he was qualified, that would only be second behind the Miz. It's the best of any Tiger starters that exist. This could be something pretty special. And it's ironic that he's on the mound the day that Verlander announces his retirement. We've got the Skubal stuff that's just going to be a cloud over this team for another 20 days of whether or not they're going to move him. Is this the next guy? Did it go Verlander, Skubal, Melton? Now, this is obviously very early to have the conversation because Verlander and Skubal are guys that we project are going to the Hall of Fame, and Melton's in his first full season with the Tigers.
5 Cy Youngs between those two guys?
Sure. So it's obviously very early, but it is kind of, in terms of the story that we're telling, the day Verlander retires, the year that they trade away Tarek Skubal, you can be at peace with both of those things because Troy Melton is here. It's almost like the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to
Jordan Love.
Except in this case,
Troy Melton Jordan Love?
I hope not. I hope he's a little better than Jordan Love because Jordan Love doesn't have numbers like this.
Well, and I will say too about the Melton stuff, and you make a great point just about all of the other stuff going on with the pitchers. We've talked about a lot this season. Oh, if you would have told us this about the Tigers season, we would have been like, what? Mainly how bad that they are. But I think the main one is that if you would have told us preseason with that pitching rotation that they had, that you would have said, hey, on July 9th, everybody's still on the team, by the way. They haven't made a single move. Troy Melton is the guy who we are most excited about. the guy who wasn't even in the starting rotation to open up the season. And honestly, you know who we're probably second most excited about?
Casey?
Kiter Montero.
Oh, yeah, Kiter. Who's just been unreal.
That's just, it's another one of those things that baseball is so hard to predict. And if you told us that back in March, I would have never believed that. But that's how good Melton has been.
You and I have basically 10x'd our value on Troy Melton Island, on the Troy Melton fan club that we invested in, I don't know,
Yeah, there's a long line to get in now.
Last August, we founded the club, and we put some money down, we invested into it, and now all of a sudden, we've got a private island. It's this luxurious state. We've cashed in, and guess what? It's still growing, because I'm certainly not selling my Troy Melton stock anytime soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to expand the island a little bit.
I think we've 8x'd our value on the Troy Melton stock that we bought. God, we bought that early on last year. Like when he was coming out of the bullpen, it was like, wait, who is this guy? This guy's a little different. And now he's showing why he can be the ace of this team. Yeah, I like the way that you phrased it. You're putting your chips rather than on Tarek Skubal on Troy Melton. These are the games to get up for now. Skubal still has the lore to him. He's got this 2 Cy Youngs, obviously. But honestly, the last 2 games, you know which one I was a little bit more locked into? It was yesterday with Troy Melton on the mound, because this is the future of this team. And the fact that they have their future figured out and a guy to really build a rotation around and some ancillary pieces around him with Montero and Job potentially, it makes me feel a lot better about, let's move on from Tarek Skubal. That doesn't mean we're waving the white flag on the season. And let's go get some bats to help this team out. Because I'll tell you this, Kyle, too. I know this isn't in the rundown, but I thought it was my first thought when I woke up in the morning. This team's winning the division. They're going to do it. They're going to have a turnaround and win this division. 5.5 games out, they're playing better than anybody else in the AL Central right now. They're playing better than anybody else in the American League right now.
Guardians and White Sox both on losing streaks right now?
This team is good, guys. And this is always what we've seen since June 1st, so a month and 9 days. This has always been what we thought this team was and what we thought this team could be. Obviously, there were some injuries. I don't know if they made that an excuse as much as if they would have just stayed afloat during the injuries. I think we're talking about this team as a team above 500 right now, but unfortunately they let that really, really knock their season off the rails, and it's put them in this position. But this rotation with these players pitching as well as they have, plus McGonigal and Dingler taking a huge step forward this season, this is one of the better teams in the American League, or at least it has been for about 40 days now. I think this team's going to win the division, Kyle, and Fangraphs has them all the way up at a 1/3 chance, 33%. Sportsbooks as high as 2-1. They think if this plays out twice, that would be, what would that be? If we played this thing out 3 times, it happens once. Yeah, it's happening. The comeback is happening for the Detroit Tigers. We're in the midst of it right now as one of the hottest teams in the American League, only behind the Red Sox in the last 10 games. You think they can do it?
I don't want to commit to that right now. That feels like a all-star break conversation, right?
Sure, potentially.
They could just lose tonight and lose the series with the Phillies, and you're not thinking that anymore, you know?
No, but if they continue to play like this, I have a hard time envisioning them losing this series, you know?
Well, they can't lose this series.
Or losing tonight. I mean, the A's are bad. The A's are not good.
They've been playing really bad lately, yeah. We're catching them at the right time.
989-837-6125. Are you comfortable with Troy Melton being the ace of this team in a matter of weeks? It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Show, as always, is brought to you by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. Protect your home with Bresky Siding and Building Repair, the experts who do the job right the first time. Whether you have a leaky roof, storm damage, siding looking tired, Bresky has you covered, locally owned, trusted, and dedicated to keeping Midland area homes safe and looking sharp. Quality materials, skilled craftsmanship, and service that puts your family first. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair today and keep your home strong for years to come. The 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by Iron Stack Technology. You know, we talk about the game plan all the time on this show, the execution of it. That's how Iron Stack approaches IT. They help businesses stay secure, efficient, and ready for what's next, so you can focus on your mission instead of your technology. That's Iron Stack Technology, solution-driven, mission-focused. You can check them out online at ironstacktechnology.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9. On 100.9 The Mid.
So are you comfortable with Troy Melton being the ace of this team in a matter of weeks? Let's go to the mid-message line, 989-837-6125. Ryan says no, but he will be our second or third in the rotation. Depends how Job plays when he comes back. I'm going to let you take care of this one because I think you make a good point of like, yeah, anything Job gives us this year is basically a cherry on top. If he can become, a number one prospect type of guy again, that's fantastic. But we've got our guy right in front of us who's pitching at a big leagues level, more so than Job ever has. And it's not a knock on Job as much as it's, hey, let's appreciate what's literally in front of us and pitching at an ace level.
Like that's the whole thing right now. It's not like a forget about Jackson Job, but it's kind of like forget about Jackson Job for now. Like let's just focus on the guy who is getting it done in the big leagues right now. And I think that once Jackson Job comes back, then we can have real conversations about like, man, who is the real number one on this team? Or is this just like an elite duo, elite young right-handed duo that we're very excited about going forward? But like for now, and you're saying even you, like, can Troy Melton be the ace of the Tigers in a matter of weeks? No, I'm saying he is right now. My focus on Tarek Skubal and Casey Mize in that group is just lost. Like I'm focused on Melton. Melton is their ace right now, and I'm just not so much caring about the Skubal and Mize starts as I probably should be, and just that I always have been as a Tigers fan because they're not probably going to be on the team in a couple of months. Whereas Troy Melton is the future of this team. So yeah, once Job comes back, and once again, don't get your hopes up that Jackson Job is going to come back super soon and be this automatically thrown into the rotation. They've repeatedly told us that they're going to take this as slow as they possibly can.
Yeah, he only went 1 1/3 in his first rehab start in low A.
Yeah, and even if he does get back to the bigs, is he even going to be thrown right into the starting rotation? I don't really know. So the Tigers were great last year when Job played. I think they went 9-1 in his 10 starts. They were really good.
That was also when they were just crushing everybody offensively.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I think that's kind of the whole point we're making today is we're excited about Jackson Job too, but let's not let that distract us from the fact that Troy Melton is just awesome right now in the big leagues.
Yeah, Rob says, I think the Tigers are going to keep Skubal. I think they're going to listen to him and be buyers at the deadline. So Melton will be a 2 and more like a 1.5. I think taking Skubal's word and actually acting on it, Skubal said they should be buyers. Okay, let's be buyers, is basically malpractice. It's one thing to listen to your star players in a sport. It's another thing to listen to a star player on an expiring contract. And this is what LeBron got so much flack for. Remember in Cleveland, he was making them make all these moves, making them sell all their picks, and then he would leave. And then he left. And it was what? It's are you serious? And then Cleveland was really in trouble for a few years after he left. I'm talking about the second time more so than the first time. And LeBron got dumped on for that. Are we really going to let Skubal dictate how we approach the trade deadline and how Scott Harris approaches the trade deadline simply because of something that he said that they should be buyers? I think listening to that would be almost malpractice from Scott Harris. He should not take Skubal's words into consideration at all. If he was signed long-term and signed to a 10-year deal, okay, I think that's a little bit different. But he's not, and he's going to leave. So I'm not listening to anything Skubal has to say.
Yeah, this is one of those times where I actually think Scott Harris is going to be competent. The guy that we can't come to an agreement with, the guy that we were $20 million off of what number we wanted to pay him for this year, we're going to trust that guy right now about buying? Yeah, no. Now, could Scott Harris in his own brain want to do that? Before Tarek Skubal even said anything? That I can't control, but I don't think Scott Harris's trade deadline plans are going to be changed off of one Tarek Skubal quote.
Yeah, I sure hope not. Let's get to a couple other messages here, because you know what's also funny? Yesterday we did the most untradeable guys. Melton's on that list. I don't know if he's number 1. It's probably still Sewell for me, but
I mean, he's obviously not over Cade or McGonigal, yeah.
But there's also not a single world or scenario this season in which Melton would be available, or next year or the year after. You just don't trade this guy. He looks like he could be an ace. Jeff says, will he be? No. He already is. He's better than Skubal. Lock this kid up long-term now. So he's totally on board with, yeah, let's move on from Skubal. That's the thing, too. There's already this anticipation and this growing sense of, oh, this is going to be Melton's team at some point. And if it doesn't happen at the deadline and they keep Skubal, it's kind of I guess, sorry, Troy, you're going to have to sit around and wait for a little bit, which and I'm sure some fans would be totally fine with. I think there's just been enough evidence this year that I'm completely fine with them handing the car keys over to Troy Melton this season, not next year. Not this offseason when they don't get anything for Tarek Skubal other than a comp pick. I'm fine with handing him the car keys now. I trust this guy. Not as much as I trusted Skubal when it was peak size Skubal, but, man, we are walking down that path for him to potentially be that. I mean, he's the second best DRA in baseball if he was qualified. That's crazy stuff from a guy that most baseball fans around the league had not heard of coming into this season.
Yeah, he doesn't walk guys. The Ks are up, which is the most exciting part about all of this. And I think it's less of I'm not sitting here saying he's better than Tarek Skubal.
Nobody's saying that.
Exactly. Skubal is still the best pitcher in baseball in my eyes. And I know that the stats, he hasn't been the best this season or anything. I'm still going to take him over anybody.
But Melton's 25.
And Skubal's just not going to be on the team. And I think that I was the guy that was, hey, we need to take, really focus on these last Skubal starts and enjoy them because he's going to be gone. And this guy was the back-to-back Cy Young. And I've completely gone away from that because of Troy Melton. Troy Melton's got me excited about going forward for this team. Tarek Skubal's not going to be on this team going forward. Who cares about him? I care about Troy Melton, who I know is going to be the ace of this team for a long time.
Yeah, you want to know whose word I would actually listen to? Is Troy Melton, not Tarek Skubal, who's on the way out the door. Parker says if the Tigers keep this surge up, they need to buy at the deadline. He essentially agrees with Tarek Skubal, which I don't know, man. If let's say they just stay scorching hot.
Buy? A team below 500 doesn't buy at the trade deadline.
I know. Let's theoretically say they stay scorching hot and they get to like one game under even at the deadline. Do they buy? I still think the answer is probably no.
I mean, they can't. They can only get to 4 games under 500. Oh, you're saying by the deadline? Yeah. Okay.
Like, let's say they like win today, they sweep.
That would
they
be
win
frustrating.
2 of 3 against the Phillies, and then all of a sudden it's like, what would that put them at? 3 wins, 1 loss. That would put them 2 games up, so they'd be 6 games under 500 with 15 games left. I think that's about right.
It's a lot of math. In my eyes, that would just be the wrong thing to do. I think that would just be that. Like, what do you? So you're not going to trade Skubal in the first place, obviously, which already is in itself is the wrong play, and then you're going to buy on top of it with a farm system that's already as weak as it is, right? Like,
Richard says Mike Ilitch would sign Skubal, Mize, and then go add another bat. Yeah, he would. He doesn't own this team anymore, though, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'd probably not be having. What do we trade Tarek Skubal for?
I
He'd
would
probably
sign
be
him
extended.
too if I had that type of money and was the owner of the Tigers, and probably most fans would.
Exactly. Here's Joshua. He kind of agrees with us. You sell him regardless. Scott has the craziest in a good way. Unless Scott Harris has the craziest in a good way buy at the deadline to win a World Series. Otherwise, Skubal walks and you get a comp pick. If you go nutty and buy and win the World Series, Detroit fans wouldn't care if Skubal leaves. You won the whole thing. But if the goal is just to make the playoffs and not be able to beat the Yankees fully healthy and then beat the Dodgers, same thing, why would you keep him and then let him walk? Yeah, that goes to what you've been saying. Like, if you keep him and you don't win the World Series, you screwed it up.
It's like a
It pigeonholes
humongous.
yourself.
It's a humongous failure, just to get 10 extra starts out of him. When you could have used that as an opportunity to build your team up going forward. Yeah, it's a humongous failure. They could be above 500 at the trade deadline. It would still be like, we probably should still trade him, right? Look at the other pitchers that we've got. Like the point that you make, you shouldn't look at what everyone else is doing and be like, oh, Skubal with this group, they're not losing. Okay, they could probably still not lose even without Skubal because of how good everyone else has been.
Yeah, and you can build towards the future, not basically create a window for yourself. You can bulk up the farm system that's lacking right now and add a bat or two for this team right now and add an arm for this team right now. I also think the more the Tigers get closer to 500, obviously it gets scarier that they won't trade them, but also it probably makes teams have to offer more because Scott Harris can play the card of like, oh, we don't really plan on trading him. And then teams will just start to slowly offer a little bit more.
The fear of like them not trading Skubal, it's just going to continue to grow, especially over the All-Star break because we're going to get a ton of rumors during that stretch as well. It's going to be terrible.
Well, don't get too comfortable because I think the way that this team is playing, how hot they are, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fear is going to continue to rise.
But again, it's a good thing that they're winning. Like, let's not look past that.
It
With
is.
how many games they have left, 70 total games left, only being 4 games out now. They're totally in the mix of things.
I will argue it is not a good thing if they don't trade Tarek Skubal and then they miss the playoffs. Like it obviously is like them winning these pointless games in June and
right
July.
Right now, they're not pointless though.
They can be. Like they could end up being very pointless, is what I'm trying to say.
But okay, but that's a bad way to look at this
Is
season.
it?
That tells me you just want to give up on this season already.
I don't want to
rather lose
want
and
to
trade
trade
Tarek
Tarek Skubal. I don't want to give up on anything.
I do too, but that does not mean that you.
I want
have
to watch a good baseball team over the next 5 years, not a crapshoot of these minor league guys that nobody knows.
Okay, but like, do you want to make the playoffs this year?
Of course. I mean, that'd be sick.
Then you want them to win games, and you can still trade Tarek Skubal and do this whole thing.
I understand that, Ben. We both understand that, right?
Does Scott Harris?
Does Scott Harris? I don't know how much clearer I have to make it.
Does Scott Harris understand it is essentially the question. Yes. 989-837-6125. Loud and clear. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on the Mitt. Here we go. Support the pride, passion, and tradition of Northwood University athletics. From packed gyms to big plays on the field, The Timberwolves compete with heart every single day. Catch all the action, cheer on Northwood Athletics as they continue building champions in competition in the classroom and the community.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9.
All right, we'll circle back. We'll get to our YouTube. We'll get to more text lines here in just a moment. Let's hit the news first.
The Mets Morning Catch.
Okay, let's get into the news. We got some pretty major Tigers news yesterday. You already mentioned it just before this last segment, but Justin Verlander first yesterday was announced as an all-star. All right. Genius signing by Scott Harris. He signed an all-star pitcher in the offseason, you know? Like,
I saw this. I was like, what are we doing? He's played in one game.
Yeah, the legacy pick for the all-star game. I think that Bryce Harper was the legacy pick for the National League, which is
what?
Kind of random because he's like not on the verge of retirement. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what I saw. Nonetheless,
just because he got snubbed?
I don't think he was snubbed though. Like
he's just not having a great year.
Let me double check this because if it is, and I don't really understand like if that we have to do these every year.
Yeah, because the first year they did it was Miggy and Pujols both in their last season, so like it made sense to do it, and I guess it makes sense to just have Verlander there, even though there's no way he's pitching.
Yeah, Bryce Harper selected by Commissioner Rob Manfred as a legend pick, not legacy.
He's in the
pick.
midst of his career. This is supposed to be like guys on retirement tours.
Yeah, I don't really get that one.
Way to go, Rob.
Yeah, Verlander, though, is now on his retirement tour because Justin Verlander announced shortly after he is retiring following the 2026 season in a very long message that was put out on social media. It's pretty cool, man. It's been a tough year for Justin Verlander. I know we haven't had like a ton of positive things to say, obviously, because he's dealt with nagging injuries the entire season, going back to that first start of the year. But nonetheless, like one of the legends of our lifetimes in all of Detroit sports, and I really hope that he is able to suit up again later post-trade deadline so we can enjoy the final Justin Verlander starts.
They'll wheel him out on a wheelchair if they have to. He's going to for sure start at least one more game.
I think he's going to be back. Like it sounds like all the like phrasing that has been put behind this is he sometime post-trade deadline he will be like back.
Yeah.
From injury. So I don't think this is an Alex Cobb thing where there's like no chance of it. So yeah, nonetheless though, shout out to Justin Verlander, a legend, 43 years old. Unbelievable stuff.
So is LeBron about to become the oldest player in professional sports? Because right now it's
got to be a hockey player, right?
Player in NHL. Brett Burns is 41. Defenseman for Colorado.
Yeah. Ovechkin is 40 as well.
Wait, timeout. Gordie Howe played his last game when he was 52 years old. What?
LeBron's going to be 42 this year, like at the end of the year?
Yeah, on December 30th.
Yeah, everyone knows that LeBron's birthday is December 30th, yeah. So, yeah, Justin Verlander. I remember when he signed with the Tigers this year, people in my family were like, Justin Verlander, like, he's still pitching? Yeah,
I mean,
man.
It's been 20 years since he debuted and brought the Tigers to a World Series the first time.
It's crazy, yeah. So I know it hasn't gone how we all wanted it to with JV, but we are very excited for him. And guess what? He's an all-star. So he's the best pitcher on the Tiger. Troy Melton's the ace, Verlander, no. Verlander is the only Tigers all-star. So four all-stars for the Tigers. Unfortunately, one of those four all-stars, taking a look at the Covenant Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Report, Dylan Dingler injures his throwing hand last night on a foul ball that
looks nasty.
Drills him in the bare hand, immediate swelling and purple hand. It looked pretty gross.
He had the inseam of the ball imprinted on his hand.
Yeah, he comes right out of the game. Jake Rogers has to get up off the bench, and he comes up off the bench and goes yard.
Yeah. Well, I think it should be noted he stayed in the game to finish the inning catching. And then when he had to have an at-bat, they said, yeah, we're not going to put your swollen hand out there to put on the barrel of the bat.
Yeah. But I just thought it was so funny. Like, Jake Rogers, okay, you're batting in the two-hole for the first time in maybe of your career now. Like, I know it's via pinch hitting. And then he dominates. He had another hit, too. Chris McCoskey did report last night and this morning that the X-rays were negative.
Thank God.
On the hand of Dylan Dingler, but more tests are to be done today. We don't know. I would assume, and this is just me not knowing anything about anything, he's probably just not going to play until the All-Star break, right? Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play until the All-Star break. Like, I don't think he's going to play you probably just sit him the rest of the week and weekend.
Potentially. I mean, you're going to want the swelling to go down.
Right.
He's probably icing it.
For sure out today.
Week.
The Tigers don't have another catcher on the 40-man roster. So interested to see. Well, actually, I think like Lorenzo's on the 40-man roster, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
But if he's not
going to
hit IL, then there's probably not going to.
Like, is Jake Rogers going to catch
catcher
4 games in a row?
Probably. I mean, that's not unheard of
for the backup catcher, though. Like, it's a lot.
But it's not like he's
to go from playing one every like 5 days, 4 or 5 days. You know,
it's not like
he'll
he's
do
not
it.
Used
He's not
going to
complain about it. Yeah, exactly.
It was less than 2 years ago. He was the catcher every single day. So, like, I think he's got the capability of doing it. He's got the experience.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully Dylan Dingler's all good. As soon as we get an update on that, we'll update you here, or obviously check us out on Facebook. That will be there as well. We got a Gleyber Torres injury update. This is from Logan Reaver of the Detroit Sportsnet. He said he talked to Gleyber Torres. He says he feels no pain in his swings. The injury feels, quote, way better than the first oblique injury with no soreness now. He's had 3 to 4 days of hitting live BP with around 45 swings per session. So we're probably going to be getting I guess I don't know if Gleyber Torres is going to do a rehab start or not.
No clue.
But nonetheless, it sounds like he's either close to that or he's close to returning. Likely, I would assume, same thing as I just said with Dingler. They would give him the All-Star break to rest, and then he would return post-All-Star break would be my guess.
Then they come back firing on full cylinder, baby.
Yeah, no more. Which I got one thing to say, too. That guy, Ben Malgiri for the Tigers.
Looks like a goat.
I know that the numbers aren't spectacular. I like his at-bats. I don't know what it is. I just I like his at-bats way more than I like James Outman and like when they had Zach Shore. I don't think he belongs in like the group of the bad guys.
He looks like a mountain goat. That's all I really have to say.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll do one more Tigers thing here, and then we'll save all the rest for later because I thought this was really interesting. Last night for the West Michigan Whitecaps, who are going to be playing here at Dow Diamond next week, Bryce Rayner, did you see what he did last night?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Dan Hasty, the play-by-play voice over there, tweeted this out. Rayner went 5 for 5 with a home run and 6 RBI last night, but that's not even the craziest part. All 5 of his hits were 109 plus miles per hour exit velocity off the bat. That's unbelievable, and this was also a different stat on Twitter. No MLB player has done that in the StatCast era. Had 5 hits in the same game, all be 109 plus miles per hour off the bat. Only 3 players have a game with 4 hits that hard. Here are the 3 players: Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Nelson Cruz. Ohtani and Judge and Cruz.
And Bryce Rayner.
And apparently no tracked minor league players ever had more than 3 in a game. So Bryce Rayner, man, he's been really, really hot. He had a huge June for the Whitecaps as well. And he's obviously off to a pretty hot July.
And he's supposed to be here at the ballpark next weekend, assuming he does not get called up, which I guess after a game like that, I'm not going to rule anything out.
Man, I mean, look who was playing on the West Michigan Whitecaps last year at this time. Kevin McGonigal. Not saying Bryce Rayner is going to be in the big leagues, being in the All-Star game a year later, but that definitely is exciting. When we talk about the future, we're scared of it for the Tigers. Bryce Rayner seems like he is fully a part of that future.
100%. All right, that's going to do it for the news. We'll get to some more Mitt messages and some more Tigers YouTube chats when we come back regarding Troy Melton and whether or not you feel comfortable with him being the ace of this team going forward. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt, the Greater Midland Community Center. That's where I'm headed after the show. Your hub for health, wellness, and fun right here in the heart of Midland. From fitness classes, open gym, swimming, youth sports, family activities, there's something for everybody. Affordable memberships, expert staff, and a welcoming space for all ages and abilities. If you're hosting an event, ask about their rental space for full-service event support. Stay active, stay connected, all under one roof at Greater Midland Community Center. Learn more or sign up today at greatermidland.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9. Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
So, how's our YouTube audience feeling about Troy Melton being the ace of this team? Not next year, but potentially in a couple of weeks. What are they saying?
Gary's backing you. He said Ben's prediction of Melton being the next Detroit sports all-star looking good. Lock of the year.
Lock of the year. That would mean no Lions are first-time all-stars, which basically means J-Mo's not a Pro Bowler.
Which I think could, I don't think that's that crazy, right?
Who's the other one? McNeil? No, it's not off the table. I would like it if J-Mo was a first-time Pro Bowler. That'd be awesome. But no, it's not off the table. I think Melton, it's tough to say lock it in for next year, but he's for sure the Tigers' favorite, right? Of guys that have never been all-stars to make another all-star team. There's nobody else.
Unless someone just had a crazy year out of nowhere, like Torkelson.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't even believe that as it was coming out of my mouth. It probably is Melton. I would agree with you there.
Anything else going on in the YouTube?
Chris says Scooble coming out and saying the Tigers should be buyers at the deadline is my final straw with him. I want him gone yesterday.
That's such a great way of putting it. It's just what is this guy doing? Who does he think he is to come in and dictate how the deadline is going to go? Brother, you're not under contract. It'd be one thing if last offseason you signed a long-term contract and then wanted some sort of say as to what the Tigers were going to do here in a couple of weeks. But that's not the case. He's not under contract, and we all know that he's leaving. So
100%.
No, we're not just
This isn't Cade Cunningham asking the Pistons to make a trade. This isn't Penei Sewell or Jared Goff asking the Lions to make a trade. No, this is a guy that is on his way out the door. The door is already halfway closed, and he's like, hey, can I, squeeze somebody in here? before I leave? Like, what do we think?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Meanwhile, that does nothing but hurt the Detroit Tigers. Like, if they trade the few farm system guys that they actually have, then they're legitimately out of guys in the farm system. Like, they're out of true talented players in the farm system that you can look forward to.
Exactly. It's literally just going to be Bryce Rayner left over like that because everyone else probably gets moved at that point, which is scary. Yeah, Esco agrees. He says, what a POS. Let's spend future assets for a run this year, knowing you won't be here next year. Get him out of here.
This is the LeBron.
Sick of Scooble, man.
This is exactly what LeBron did and what people got really annoyed with him for. He's going out of his way, being the GM, and then left. It's like, yeah, you left this team in shambles, dude. Complete shambles you left this team in. So if Scooble ends up doing the same thing and convincing the front office
won
to
the
buy,
Cavs a championship.
That is true.
Scooble lost the
that.
Tigers both game 5s that he pitched in the playoffs. He didn't lose it for them, but like they lost both games. RB says, sell no matter what. The year's a gain irregardless. The growth of the young stars is crucial for next year, and you go all in on this young core you've developed, still waiting on Max Clark too. I would assume that means obviously with a trade of Tarek Skubal. So
yeah, I
agree.
Again, I'm all in on trading Skubal. I think everyone else, I just want to see where they're at by the time August 3rd rolls around. I'm not just like full fire sale anymore. A couple of weeks ago, yeah, it was full fire sale.
I'm starting to like lean your way a little bit, and I'm obviously I'm not going to make a decision on it now, but based off of where they are, like I could buy into the fact of the Gleyber Torres part specifically,
keeping him around.
Yeah, like I could get behind that. I think depending on where they're at, if they are in a spot like where they continue to win games throughout all of July. Luke, when you asked about the Tigers, winning the division, says they got to be able to beat everyone in the division, then I'm in. Those division series are going to matter down the line. Giving up those games to Cleveland already hurts, but they've got time.
Yeah,
that is the tough part. They have not, other than that White Sox sweep, they've been bad against the division this year.
Yeah, what are they, 1-6, 1-5 against Cleveland? Or one of the games got rained out, right?
I don't think they beat Cleveland this year, did they?
Have they not?
I think they've gotten straight up, like, I don't think they've beaten them a single time.
Yeah, they lost in a 4-game set to Cleveland.
And then they went 0-2, right?
Yeah. So they're 0-5 against Cleveland so far, which is just, it's just disgusting stuff. I hate that team. Looking ahead at this second half, they play Kansas City, who's the lone team below them. Their second series. They don't play Cleveland or the White Sox. They play in back-to-back series, August 11th through August 12th.
Yeah, that's tough that we don't play any divisional opponent leading up to the trade deadline. Because obviously that would be like a major way to get really back into this thing.
But playing both of these teams back-to-back for a homestand, 6 straight home games.
Right after the trade deadline, too. Like, that's totally a spot where you can
be in first place by then.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw this. Twins and Guardians, they're playing this week, and the Twins walked off the Guardians. They've won the first 2 games of that series. Guardians lost 4 in a row. The Twins have won 4 in a row, and I think that's the team I'm most confident will blunder out throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah, that's not even the team we're chasing.
Yeah, the fact that Minnesota's winning games right now is honestly a positive because they're doing it against Cleveland, so we'll definitely take that.
Yeah, the Twins are 3.5 games up on the Tigers. The Guardians are 4.5 games, and then the White Sox are 5.5 games.
One more thing in the YouTube chat. Chris says, is it an option to both buy and sell, ship out Skubal, and add a bat? It's kind of something you don't see.
I don't know.
It's like it'd be something Scott Harris would do. Like, oh, we're not selling, but we're buying. Oh, but we're not like full buying. It'd be kind of weird. I'm not saying I'm out on it, but it definitely would be kind of weird.
Yeah, I'd rather just sell Skubal, and then your additions are Gleyber Torres and maybe Javi Baez coming back at some point.
True, I kind of forget about Javi.
Yeah. Tough ankle sprain, man. He's been out for a minute.
Which, like, when it happened,
we knew it was bad.
Knew it was going to be bad, yeah.
All right, 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We're live here on 100.9 The Mid. Don't go anywhere. 10 o'clock hour and polarizing Detroit sports athletes when we come back. The Midland Area Community Foundation is dedicated to strengthening our community through generosity and connection, supporting local nonprofits, scholarships, and projects that make Midland a better place to live, work, and play. That is the Midland Area Community Foundation. that I wanted to tell you guys about. All right, more on Polarizing Athletes.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9.
Blazy Electric Studios. This is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
All right, welcome back in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show. I came to a realization yesterday, and I feel like I've known this for a little bit, but I feel like we could turn it into a topic. Is Jalen Duren the most polarizing player that we have in Detroit sports? Because I feel like there's been a good amount of them. But, man, the Jalen Duren stuff is black and white with this guy. You either love him or you hate him. And it feels like you're not allowed to have an in-between answer right now. We're talking about what could they sign him for? What would be a good deal? And half of our audience is basically like, get this guy the hell out of Detroit. I don't want to ever see him play basketball again. It's like, guys, he's 21 years old. And for the first time was relied upon in a playoff series. Did it go poorly? You betcha it did. But that's enough to just give up on the guy for the rest of his entire career? I don't think that should be the case, yet it feels like an overwhelming amount of people that are a part of this Detroit Pistons fan base are completely done with him. It's the I don't want to play with you anymore meme from Toy Story. Out the door, done. I don't really understand how it became this polarizing of a player. I guess I do with the playoffs, but I didn't think it'd become this far. The Detroit fans, they're very unforgiving with this sort of stuff, and it's almost weird because it's not like he did anything wrong other than not play well.
Did he not do anything wrong?
I mean, in terms of being a bad person, He's not a bad guy, yet not
He's
everyone.
a bad guy in my heart, dude. He broke my heart in the playoffs.
But I know you're not in this group, though, right? You're not out on Jalen Duren.
I'm not, but I've also, I'm not going to lie. I have started to convince myself a little bit of just kind of screw this guy. I'm not saying I've adopted that mentality 100%, but would I be shocked if this guy legit is just pretty lazy and doesn't care that much about trying an effort in basketball the first 3 years of his career?
Yeah, that's what we all thought until last
year.
year.
He was getting paid, he goes balls to the wall, and now the reason that he's having all these issues with a new contract is because he just went balls to the wall for a full season to get paid, and now he's not getting paid, and then next year he's going to come out and be the same guy he was. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I've thought about it. I certainly have thought about it.
Sure, I've thought about it too. And if they get him on a team-friendly deal, it'll be a movable contract to some extent.
Sure, but that's not the goal, right? The goal is that he's our all-NBA 22-year-old center going forward,
Yes.
That's what should be the goal. And so that's what adds to this question as well. Even the fact that I think you and I have done a pretty fine job on the same side of defending Duren throughout this offseason. Hey, it was one bad playoff run. I understand it hurts really bad in the moment, but we can't overlook that. He's 22 years old, all-NBA player, and we're the Detroit Pistons. We're not the LA Lakers where we can trade all of our picks and every asset possible to go get anybody that we want. We can't give up on that guy. You don't do that.
Correct.
And so I agree. I think a lot of fans are completely out on Jalen Duren anytime that there is all of these contract feuds that continue to go down. And it was mainly not even just the fact that they haven't come to a deal. It was the wording of all of these reports coming from his agency and his side. Oh, I want to play in Sacramento. I want to play in Boston. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, you
don't. What are you talking about you want to play in Sacramento? Quit lying, dude. You are on the Pistons. Talk about I want to be paid. Just say that. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Or
I
how
want
about
to be paid too.
I want to be a Piston. We need to be able to come to an agreement. Yeah, but also, how much of that can you blame on Jalen Duren, and how much of that can you blame on his agent, who's sitting there telling him, "Well, these are the pieces that we have to move on the chessboard to get you paid." And meanwhile, the only two clients that his agent has in the NBA are losing money on by the day.
And I also think at some point too, Jalen Duren, if he truly did care about the way that this was being handled publicly, he would probably step in and be like, "Hey, man, I know that it's the right play, I guess, for us to be I want to go to Sacramento, but
also
we all know I don't want to go to play for Sacramento. Let's just not say that, right?"
Sure.
Duren probably has the final say in all of this.
I'm sure Duren does, but at the end of the day, this is a 21-year-old who is getting is dealing with tens of millions of dollars, $100 million potentially, likely.
It should be.
And it's just really tough to not, lean on your financial advisor or your agent in that case, who's handling this terribly. If I'm Jalen Duren, you should be firing your agent as soon as you sign your deal, if not before, because of how poorly this has been handled on his behalf. Trajan has walked circles around both him and his camp. So there's
him
that
investing in
aspect of it
aspiration, essentially. That's how bad this has been.
I do think Duren is either number one or number two in terms of most polarizing players that we have in Detroit sports. Because the other person truly does want out of Detroit. This isn't like a chess piece being moved around. It's Dylan Larkin.
Yeah, Esco already threw that out in our YouTube chat.
It's got to be these two as the top guys. Because Larkin, obviously the captain, you're not supposed to be requesting trades. I understand why Larkin wants to go play elsewhere, because he is similar to us. He does not believe in Steve Yzerman. It's as simple as that. And if Chris Ilitch were to have, moved on from Steve Yzerman by now and redirected this franchise and set a new vision as to what this can be, then maybe Dylan Larkin isn't requesting out. But them rolling out the same old junky ball saying, let's go do this thing again, I don't blame them for being sick of this, because this is now, we're going into year 8 of Steve Yzerman and the Yzer plan of it just not working out. So that one I understand a little bit more. But, man, there are some people that were really unforgiving with him when he did request a trade. I wasn't in that group until he was like, well, I only want to go to these 4 teams. And then it got a little bit, okay, man, what are you doing? You're probably just going to end up back in Detroit. Don't make this more difficult for us. If you want to be out of this, you're the one that signed a no-trade clause, man. you sign that with the idea that you're going to be playing here forever. That's not a player thing. That's not just a team thing. That's a mutual agreement of we don't want to trade you. You want to be here forever. So when you request a trade, you don't get to suddenly be like, well, I only want to go to these 4 teams. Okay, then we just won't trade you because you're the one that signed this contract that you were not going to be traded. So just come on back. So I would say these are the number 1 and number 2 most polarizing players that we have in Detroit. And I don't even, I can probably come up with a couple more, but these 2 are far and away ahead of everybody else.
I definitely have a good amount more that I think have a solid case. But both of these 2 are in the lead because of the fact that one of them truly does want out. And the other one fake wants out.
Yeah.
The other one is acting like he wants out. And maybe he truly does at this point. I have no idea. No one has any idea. But the Larkin one, I would put Larkin above Duran because, one, he's still here. And it seems like it's starting to lean more and more that he's just going to be here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I love that. Like the guy that openly for sure wants out, requested a trade, but then is, but I only want to go here and here and here. And I have a no trade clause. So, try to trade me somewhere else, it's not going to happen. Because when the Larkin news dropped, the amount of different opinions on it was pretty surprising. I thought it was all going to be oh, screw the Red Wings. They messed this up with Dylan Larkin. Screw Chris Ilitch, screw Steve Yzerman, this and that. No, a lot of people were just mad at Larkin for this. So I think that's what makes it a pretty good answer, just off of the mixed reaction the second that trade request was made.
Who are the other guys that you have listed? I'm very curious. I imagine Tarek Skubal is one of them, right?
No, Skubal's not one of them.
Skubal, I think Skubal has to be on this list.
Skubal's out. Everyone's out on Skubal, man.
Not everyone.
Okay.
I can think of a couple guys that are all in on keeping Tarek Skubal around, and if you trade him,
okay. The guy that for sure is not going to be on the team. I think we have reached a point where everyone has accepted Skubal won't be on the Tigers after this season.
There's still some folks out there that think it's possible.
Of re-signing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. So I think most people have accepted that. The
Most
first guy,
people, yeah.
The obvious one to me, and I think this could be said for every single city unless you have one of the elite ones, Jared Goff, the quarterback of the football team. Jared Goff, no matter how good this guy plays, will always have the camp of fans, yeah, but he's just not good enough to win you a Super Bowl. And that's just what they will say. It's just like it's basically the same crowd that's like, yeah, but Jordan went 6-0 in the finals. So
yeah,
there's no changing their mind until it happens, right? Until Goff literally wins them the Super Bowl, they can just continuously make the case, yeah, he's just not good enough to get you to the Super Bowl.
Which is such a lame thing to say because it's so lazy to just say, I don't think he can win a Super Bowl. Why? I just don't think he's good enough. It's so lazy because it's like, yeah, you're just more than likely going to be right.
Yeah, because it's hard to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 32
Josh
chance.
Allen hasn't done it. Are you going to say Josh Allen's not good enough to get you to the Super Bowl?
Correct. Odds are, if this thing plays, odds are you're just going to be right. So you just get to sit there smug and do it. And then as soon as you're wrong, you just be like, oh, I was wrong. No, it's just a bad argument. It's a lazy, poorly constructed argument or ideology that, oh, the Lions can't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Really? Because Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl, man. And Jared Goff is better than Sam Darnold. That's a good one. I do think that camp has slowly diminished.
I do as well.
I was in that camp at some point.
But the second that Goff, you were in on Hendon Hooker. That's right. I always forget about that.
But Goff has played 3 years in a row of MVP level quarterbacking. At this point, if you're not in on Jared Goff, you're probably just a lost cause, and there's nothing that can happen to convince you otherwise. And here's the heartbreaking news. Oh, you want to trade him? You're not just finding a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Those guys don't grow on trees. The Josh Allens, Lamar Jacksons, Patrick Mahomes, Drake Mays. These franchise quarterbacks, you don't get them unless you have a top 10 pick. And the Lions will never have a top 10 pick if Jared Goff is here. So what's your suggestion? You want to tear this thing all the way down and be bad? No, obviously not. So let's rock with Jared Goff.
Yeah, you want to do what the Pittsburgh Steelers do every year? And they're just kind of questioning who their quarterback's going to be every single season because they don't have a top pick?
Correct. And I think quarterbacking, more so than anything, stats lie. But Goff is top 5 in touchdowns, completion percentage, and yards over the last 3 years. That usually suggests you're playing pretty good.
Yeah. And I think, too, with Goff, I don't know if there's a single player that, like, when you're watching the game, if he makes a mistake, the uproars. And obviously, he's the quarterback of the football team. Like, that's you could say that probably about any city. But even the Goff backers, the second that he, like, has a bad game and they lose a game because he didn't play very good.
Or he tries to escape the pocket.
Ooh, like, it is, man, Goff. They just can't get it done with Goff. They can't get it done with Goff.
Yeah.
You know, like,
they
even
need a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Really? Are you sure? I can think of a lot of bad mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, one of them just won the damn MVP.
I want a mobile. Oh, so you'd rather have Malik Willis than Jared Goff? Is that what you want a mobile quarterback that bad?
But also, like, it's like I said, when you don't have, I'm not going to sit here and act like Goff is, like, insane. When you don't have one of the elite of the elites, the quarterback is always going to be the one that's up in the air because Goff isn't one of the elite of the elites.
How many of those guys exist right now?
There's only like 5 or 6 of them, and
Mahomes,
I think that's how
Allen,
it works.
Lamar, May. See in that group already?
I put him right on the outside looking in. I need another year of it. I do need another year of it because CJ Stroud, I would have thought the same thing.
That's totally fair, but also Drake May has done it for 1 year, but like he was good in his rookie season.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
too.
but I just want another year of it. I think he's like just about to get in.
Okay.
It's Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Herbert, and Stafford. I think that's it. I think there's 6 of them.
I would put Drake May in there because he's 22, and it's like his fan base, like they've accepted him. The Patriots fans are not like no one is out on Drake May. It's not polarizing.
But I'm just saying I just want another year of it before I do it. I'm not saying he's not an elite quarterback.
Is he polarizing to Boston fans?
No, but I'm not. That's not the question. You asked how many of the elite guys are in the NFL.
I guess
there's 6 of them.
I'm more so asking how many quarterbacks is their franchise fan base all in on? Right. It's not polarizing.
I wonder what the Bears fans about Caleb, right? Because it was so rocky his rookie year.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite there yet.
I think he's pretty polarizing. Yeah, like yeah. I bet a lot of Bears fans are like, Caleb.
How many guys are completely?
But he was really good.
Like so quarterbacks that have a fan base completely bought in. It's the 3 MVP guys. I think Drake May is in that. I would put Herbert in that. Stafford's got to be in that.
I don't know if you were including him.
So that's
I would
6.
put Burrow in there too. I mean, what are you going to do? Trade Joe Burrow? Like
there's no way
they're out on Burrow. When he plays, he's amazing.
The only reason they'd be out on Joe Burrow is because he does the GM stuff. He's like, no, you should draft Jamar Chase. It's like, I think we should protect you.
Yeah, but
we should get an
then you
line.
realize their ownership and GM group, like.
Yeah, it's a poor situation in general there. I do think he
would be shocked.
He has a lot of remarks.
I don't
that
know
are
the
like,
Bengals fans,
about,
but
dude?
like I would be shocked if there was Bengals fans out there that were like, Joe Burrow. Like that would be shocking to me.
He does like constantly, like it's similar to Tarek Skubal, constantly just put pressure on the front office to be doing things, which when you have a poor front office and poor ownership is fair, but like it feels like once a month during the season I read a quote from Joe Burrow where it's like, really? Like you just have everyone walking on pins and needles around you to keep you happy. I get that sense from Joe Burrow. From a playing standpoint, I'm sure everyone defends him. But similar to how we got annoyed with Tarek Skubal this past offseason, it wouldn't shock me if there were some Bengals fans that were starting to get kind of fed up with the Joe Burrow prima donna.
Sure.
Is he happy? Is he not? We really got to make sure of that.
There was like slight Joe Burrow trade rumors. Like,
yeah,
very slight.
Remember how, like, his body language after some of those games later on in the season where he just, like, looked miserable and didn't want to be out there? That would get annoying.
My whole thing is, like, he brought the Bengals to the Super Bowl.
Hard to do.
That's legit, like, taking the Lions to the Super Bowl. Like, that is kind of an all-time approval rating, I feel like. Like, it's just an automatic, you're set.
I think he's in for now, but I think that one's the most fragile of the ones that we named.
And I don't think there's anyone else. Like, even with the good teams. You talk like a guy like Jalen Hurts. That guy's the most polarizing athlete maybe in the sport.
Yeah. Even Jaden Daniels, like, now there's some big concerns about his health.
Yeah, Daniels is close, though. I think if Daniels had a good year this year, he's for sure back. And, like Washington fans can't be mad at Daniels.
I think there's some Washington fans that deep down know, like, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold up. Like, this was the whole thing coming into the league as a prospect. Is this guy's body going to be able to hold up? Because he's so thin. He's like a pencil. But yeah, you're right. Goff is a very polarizing player. Couple other ones. Who's the most polarizing? Is it Skubal? Is it Goff? Is it Duran? Is it Dylan Larkin? Who is it right now? The number one most polarizing player that we have in Detroit. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt, 10 o'clock hour, brought to you by Aired Insurance. They understand not everyone's insurance needs are the same. They want to work personally with you to create something best suited for your life, something that fits your protection. If you're looking for a team that takes the guesswork out of insurance, this is it. Be sure to go follow Aired Insurance Group on social media to stay connected and see how they're helping people every single day. Should also let you know, when Michigan gets all hot like it is this week, in the last couple of weeks, you don't want your AC unit to quit on you when it's scorching hot outside, and that's where Answer Heating and Cooling comes in. They've got your furnace running smooth in the winter, your AC running smooth during the summer months, so you don't end up having 20 fans on at night just to stay a little bit cool. Fast, professional, reliable, that's Answer Heating and Cooling, keeping Midland homes cozy all year long.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9.
All right, let's see who else we think are polarizing athletes here in Detroit. I would say right now we have Jalen Duren, who I'd argue is number one. We have Tarek Skubal, Jared Goff, and Dylan Larkin. I would put them in order of Jalen Duren 1, Dylan Larkin 2, Tarek Skubal 3, Jared Goff 4. I think if it was 2 years ago. Yeah.
I just disagree.
I think there's some people out there that are very
Over
much.
Jared Goff?
I think Jared
The
Goff has
approval rating
silenced
on
most
Jared
of the
Goff
haters.
is just not as good as Tarek Skubal. Not even close.
But you're saying that everyone thinks Tarek Skubal everyone's ready for Tarek Skubal to be gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone has just moved on from Jared Goff is the quarterback of the Lions.
I think
Tarek
there's
Skubal
more
is
people
going to be
that
gone.
want to keep Tarek Skubal than there are anti-Goff people right now. I think Goff has won over the majority of those people. Goff has played phenomenally for 3 straight years to the point where I think most of the people that criticize him, he has silenced.
I just think look at the comments of any Goff thing. People don't like Goff as much as you think.
Really? Because I heard Jared
do.
Goff chants at the Tigers game yesterday.
That's a good point.
Who else should be in this group?
I think there's 2 Tigers that I would put over Tarek Skubal. First off, the guy that you continue to talk about, Riley Green, right?
Ooh, that's good.
Riley Green, how does this guy not have a 100% approval rating?
3-time All-Star.
All because he still strikes out a good amount and he's not clutch. Sure, he's not clutch. That's fair. 3-time All-Star, like you said. What are we complaining about? It's all because we talked about it with Larkin as well. It's because he's not the superstar. He is an all-star. He is a star, a great player. He's not a greatest player.
Yeah, he's not an MVP candidate every year that he's playing.
Yes, but he is he's not the true top 10 player in Major League Baseball, sure. But he's made the All-Star game 3 times in a row. I don't get how there's not a higher approval rating on Riley Green, especially with what he's done this year to shift his game. He's done all the things we asked him to do this year. Yeah, I guess the power maybe is not at the spot that you want it to be. That comes with the strikeout rate and walk rate being a lot higher. It's just that's going to go hand in hand. So I think Riley Green's one of them. And I think on the flip side, people still believe in Torkelson, man. People still believe in this guy.
Why? Because he hits a bomb once every couple
That's what I'm saying.
series.
He hits a bomb once every 7 games, and every time he does, it's there's Torkelson.
He does hit bombs. 15 of them now in the year, I think, after last night.
That's a pretty good amount.
He's probably going to hit 25 this year. It's not nothing. When he's not hitting home runs, it's pretty bad, though. I think Riley Green I'll bring into this because I think that's a really good one. Why is it that so many Detroit athletes are so polarizing, though? Why are people so it's so tough for people to genuinely embrace an athlete and feel as if they are perfect? And you got to be a rare breed of athlete to really think that. I think even Cade faces a lot of criticism, rightfully so, for some of the turnovers that happen in the playoffs. But why is it that Detroiters have such a difficult time accepting who athletes are and enjoying who they are? Because it feels like more often than not, they do one wrong thing and it's that is an unforgivable sin. Oh, Cade turned it over a few times. He'll never be that guy. Oh, Jalen Duren had a bad playoff series. Get rid of him. Riley Green, Riley Green did everything you want. Oh, stop striking out. Okay, here's a career high walk percentage and batting average. Yeah, but look what he did last year. Oh, but now it's that he's not clutch. It's people just find a reason to not like some of these guys. Why is it that Detroit athletes have to go through this with their fan base? It's kind of weird.
I mean, it's just kind of a miserable group of fans, right? There's not a lot of winning. So it goes in with that.
Who else do you have?
Those were the main ones that I had. I thought that Riley Green and Torkelson each kind of fit into this a little bit.
I think J-Mo did for a
different
while.
Perspective. Yeah, J-Mo is a solid one still. I still think there's a group of people that are just not the biggest J-Mo fans. That's a decent one. Yeah. Everyone else on the Lions is too good.
Hutch was polarizing for a while. I think he's been past that now. Yeah, because remember it was Hutchinson's just the pressures guy. He never actually finishes. It's okay, he had 14 and a half sacks last year. What do you want from him? You want him to have 20? If he has 2 more, he has 16. I think Hutchinson faced it for a while. I think most people have settled on it. But there was a long stretch where it was
the pressure stuff they were getting annoyed by, and there was no sacks. Yeah, that's a good point.
But there was never a point where there was no sacks. That was the weird thing with Hutchinson. People were just so sick of hearing he leads all of the pressures he gets where it's like, well, he's not a finisher. It's a fake stat. It's like, okay, but like his worst season, he had 11.5 sacks. Except for the year he got hurt, where he had 7.5 through 5 games.
And I think him being from Michigan gives him like the more approval card too. Like everyone was already like a huge fan of this guy.
Well, the Michigan State fans were not all that quick to adopt him.
There's a lot more Michigan fans, I would say. Gary says Scooble's bipolar, wants to stay and contribute, but employs agent who knows he won't let him stay. Get off the fence or shut up. Luke also says, I'm ready to let go of Scooble. Dude is overstaying his welcome at this point. So it seems like they're both out on Tarek Skubal. Ray says QBs like Goff need a Baltimore Super Bowl, Buccaneers Super Bowl style defense to get it done. We all know it. We just don't want to admit it.
What quarterback doesn't need an awesome defense to get it done, though? There's never been a quarterback in the history of the league that doesn't have a good defense that wins a Super Bowl. You have to have a good defense to win a Super Bowl.
There's never been a bad, ever?
I would... Okay, I'd have to go do the research, but I would argue there's not a ton of bad defenses, like really bad defenses that win Super Bowls. You got to have like a good unit. Even in those Chiefs years, like even the Bengals when they went to the Super Bowl, they were a defensive-driven team in the playoffs. A lot of these Chiefs teams with Steve Spagnuolo have been really strong defensive teams, even though their quarterback rocks too.
Just telling you, there's one of those Goff comments.
He's played so good for 3 years in a row. I can't understand it. I was in that group at one point too, but like, good God, man, what does he have to do?
Win a Super Bowl, because that's what those people want, man. They're just going to continue to harp over the same thing over and over again. Kevin does say, it's Detroit ideology. The weather sucks 9 months out of the year. Most of us come from working class families where the little guy gets beat down. We obsess over our sports teams as an outlet.
Yeah, it gets pretty rocky in the like everyone. It's the cold weather cities that have the most diehard sports fans that are so quick to turn on you because they're miserable 9 months out of the year. That is 100% correct. 989-837-6125. If you've got boring floors or a sad shower, Premier Tile and Stone is here to rescue your surfaces from the snooze zone. These folks, they turn tile into art. I'm talking kitchens, bathrooms, backsplashes, fireplaces. If it holds still, they'll tile it beautifully. Locally owned in Midland, but their work looks like it belongs in a magazine that charges $15 an issue. Giant selection of fancy stuff like porcelain, natural stone, materials you probably can't even pronounce, but you'll definitely love them. Stop dreaming and start scheming. Visit the showroom and let your inner interior designer run wild. There's Premier Tile and Stone, where your floors get fabulous and grout gets glorious.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, welcome back in. It's the Ben Bosscher Show, and it is time to work a little bit of football in. Let's take a trip around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
You look locked in over there, Ben.
This tennis match is phenomenal. Coco Gauff versus someone from the Czech Republic who I can't pronounce her last name. Gauff got destroyed in the first match, or first set. I don't really know the terminology. 6-2. She destroyed her opponent 6-1 in the second, and now they're tied 4-4 in the final set. This has been crazy over here. So, without further ado, let's take a trip around the league. I want to see if I can name the 10 best edge rushers in the NFL, voted on upon by NFL.com. Try to see where Aiden Hutchinson ranks on this as well.
You haven't seen this yet.
I have not seen this. I saw.
I find that hard to believe. And he laughs.
I've seen where Aiden Hutchinson is.
Okay.
That's all I've seen.
Well, then let's get that out of the way.
I believe Aiden Hutchinson was 5th on this list.
Correct. Aiden Hutchinson is number 5. Last year he was ranked number 7th. He's been ranked as high as 2. He's been ranked as low as 8 in this top 10. But yeah, right in the middle at number 5, which I think is fine based off of the other guys on this list, but we'll see once we get there.
Well, let me see who's ahead of him before I'm ready to be upset about it or not, because I do think Hutchinson at this point is one of these elite guys. Last year,
yeah, but he's not like at the top. He's not with the top of the elite guys, though.
No, he's not.
So that would make it, I think, that he's not in the elite with the elite guys.
He's an elite guy, but he's not an elite guy.
Right.
Because last year, there is one thing that he does better than anybody else, and that is create pressures, which I know some people don't want to hear it. That has to matter because quarterbacks under pressure, their stats, just almost every single one of them, take a pretty huge hit, and it allows guys like Al-Quadin Muhammad to come in and rack up a ton of sacks of their own. So last year, Aiden Hutchinson leads the league in pressures with 105. 2024 was on pace to absolutely murder the pressures record. This is my favorite stat of all time. The pressures record is 102. It's 102, and he was on pace for 170 when he got hurt. So there's that element of it as well. Last year, obviously, led it in pressures, had the 14.5 sacks. I think he's right on the cusp of becoming in that elite tier, and I would bet on that happening this season. So I would get this. Let's just get this out of the way. And by the way, he's had 100 pressures twice in a season, in 2 different seasons. Let's get Micah Parsons.
Whoa. You don't want to go in order here?
I was going to say Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett have to be 1 and 2. I would assume Garrett's number 1.
I don't know why you'd say Parsons first then. Yeah, Myles Garrett is number 1. Micah Parsons is number 2.
It makes sense. I mean, Garrett's obviously 1. He's got the most dominant pass rush ability maybe we've ever seen, at least in many, many, many years. And with Micah, he's maybe the most versatile defensive lineman we've seen in a really long time. He can do basically anything. You can line him up over the center. You can line him up as a stand-up. You can put him in a 3-point. You can line him up as an off-ball linebacker, and he'll hold his own there too. So I think those are fine 1s and 2s. I think there's one person that had to have climbed. This is probably the biggest climb that we saw from year in, year out in these rankings. Is Will Anderson 3?
He is number 3.
Yeah.
He was ranked number 8 last year. As far as the voters, somebody had him number 2. Somebody had him all the way as low as number 8, but he averages out here to number 3, all the way up from number 8 a year ago, just 24 years old.
Yeah, 13 sacks last season, 93 pressures. He was a monster last year. The win rate is what really stands out with Will Anderson, because he even had a better win rate than Myles Garrett, then Aiden Hutchinson, then Micah Parsons, at an outstanding 26% win rate. I like the way DeMeco Ryans uses him. Like, a lot of times he'll just stand up right over the center, and he's usually too much power for the center to overcome, too much agility for the center to stay in front of. So I do think Will Anderson took that step last season, like, oh, yeah, this is one of them dudes. It does help. Maybe Aiden Hutchinson would have taken this step already if Danielle Hunter was his teammate, and I would imagine Danielle Hunter is somewhere on this list as well.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter is number 6. of the Houston Texans. So the top 6 guys, 2 of them belong to Houston. Worth noting, by the way, this isn't just ESPN's ranking. This is by league scouts, executives, and coaches. So a little bit more validity to it based off of their peers. Myles Garrett was unanimous number 1. No one else voted him anywhere other than number 1.
That makes sense.
So you've got the top 3, including number 5 and 6 with Hutchinson and Danielle Hunter. So who's number 4?
Probably Max Crosby.
Yep. He was 4th last year. He's 4th this year.
Any concern that this guy's knee is not going to hold up? Because remember, failed his physical. The Ravens decided they looked at his knee long enough and said, we actually don't want him on this team.
I mean, that's got to be something of a concern.
That can't just be forgotten about, right? Like, they were concerned about bone-on-bone stuff with his knee. There's no fixing that. That's just something that's going to have to be dealt with. You can manage the pain, but I would be pretty worried if I'm a Raiders fan about Max Crosby holding up. Not like I'm sure he'll be a dominant pass rusher for the first few weeks of the season, but like by week 18, is he still going to be kicking it? I have no idea.
Or like next year, like is this something that's going to affect his career long term? Is he going to kind of wash out sooner rather than later? It's got to be concerning, especially because the Ravens were trying to win a Super Bowl. We're willing to give up 2 firsts and then actually, never mind, we don't want to. So you need 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got all strikes available here. But this is obviously where it gets a little bit tougher.
Is Nick Bosa still on this list?
Nick Bosa is number 8.
Yeah.
He was number 5 last year, fell a little bit, obviously injured last season. He played in like 2 or 3 games. So he was out for most of the season. But yes, he's number 8.
I don't know if you're allowed to be on here if you only played in 3 games last year. How about the guy who, I think he was 2nd in total sacks last season, 2nd or 3rd, is Nick Bonito on this list.
Nick Bonito's number 10, correct.
What does a guy like Nick Bonito have to do to be more than just number 10? Because isn't this back-to-back years he's finished top 5 in sacks? He's just been like a monster and has the production, but I don't know. There's something missing with him to where...
Yeah, 14 sacks last year, 13 and a half the year before.
Yeah, that's just like really solid stuff. Is he on the Crosby route where it's like for some reason no one really puts him on that final tier, and then like all of a sudden it just becomes undeniable one year where it's
happens,
like, maybe he just should be up there.
I could see that. Just need number 9 and number 7.
Is Trey Hendrickson on this list?
Trey Hendrickson, who is now on the Baltimore Ravens.
Nope. Not on the list.
Not on here. First strike.
It's certainly not the other Bosa.
No. Who is still a free agent? Did Joey Bosa sign somewhere?
No, I don't think so. Who are the other top tier pass? This is only edge rushers, right?
Correct.
Nobody on Seattle, despite having a great offensive line. I don't think Lawrence would be on this list. You know who had a really good year last year? Josh Hines Allen. Not Josh Allen, but Josh Hines Allen.
Right.
Is he here?
Changed his name. That's right.
Nope.
Not on here. He's listed as an honorable mention, similar to Trey Hendrickson. Only 3 honorable mentions, and you've already named 2 of them. I'll give you one hint here. Number 7 last year was ranked number 2.
Whoa. Best pass rushers. I mean, it's not like Khalil Mack. He wouldn't have been that high last year. Rams. Oh, Jared Verse could be on here, but he kind of had a poor year, and there's no way he would have been 2. I'm going to say no on that. Man, who is this? I need 8, 9, 10, all 3? Or just 9, 10?
7 and 9.
Oh, just 7 and 9. Who is 10?
Nick Bonito. This guy is on the older side of things, 31 years old, which I guess would make sense as a reason why he fell from 2 to 7. Has been ranked at the has been ranked in the top of this list for years and years and years.
Why am I drawing such a blank right now?
Pretty all-time edge rusher of our era.
I mean, but the guys I'm thinking of, it's just not them. Like, it's not Von Miller. I don't think it's Cam Jordan.
You're going a little bit too old. I mean, it's 31 years old.
I know.
Still pretty good at number 7 here, obviously.
Give me the conference.
AFC.
Man.
He has a brother.
Is it Joey Bosa? There's no way it's Joey Bosa.
No.
He has a brother. I don't know. Who is it?
Yeah. It's TJ Watt.
Oh,
Ben.
duh.
It's TJ
Yes,
Watt.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt is number 7. And then at number 9, Brian Burns, the New York Giants, who had a pretty good season last year, sack-wise.
All right.
There's your top 10. They did running backs the other day, too, by the way. Have you seen the running backs list?
I know Gibbs was 2.
Should we do this tomorrow? All you know is Gibbs was 2?
I know who 1 was.
Well, I mean, but that's fine. You haven't seen, like, the rest of the list, though?
No, we can do running backs.
Let's do that tomorrow, yeah.
All right, 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. Live here on 100.9 The Mid. Quick shout-out to our friends over at Eastman Party Star, your one-stop shop for everything you need before this weekend hits. Whether you're grabbing cold drinks, snacks for the game, or realizing last minute that you do need ice, Eastman Party Store has you covered. Heading to a tailgate, house party, or just sitting on the couch tonight, make it easy on yourself. Swing by Eastman Party Store. Get in, get out, and get on with your night. At Eastman Party Store, quick stop, giant selection, and always clutch when you need it most.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9. Built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, welcome back in. So, who did we decide actually is the most the most polarizing athlete in Detroit sports? I'm going to stick with my original person that I brought up. I think it's Jalen Duren right now. People want him off the team. It doesn't feel like anybody's like sticking their neck out asking for the max contract, but like people have become so irrational with it that I think that just has to be the answer, to where they could get him back at the most team-friendly deal possible, and there's still people that are like, I never want to see him in a Pistons uniform again. That part of it makes me think maybe he is the most polarizing player.
I would think so, too. I for sure do think it is between him and Larkin, for the fact that one of them wants off the team. The other one, I don't even know at this point if he wants to be off the team, but certainly the fans probably want Jalen Duren off the team. This Larkin stuff, though, continues to get like weirder and weirder. It seems like now he's added the Dallas Stars to his list of untouchables to try and make things easier on the Red Wings. Of course, that 3-team list made things pretty difficult for a guy with a no-trade clause. But then it sounds like Steve Yzerman is handling this pretty terribly. Like he just asked for Wyatt Johnston, like the young untouchable player of the Dallas Stars, in return. So I don't know.
So things are moving along.
Exactly. Like that's what makes this situation so tough is with the Jalen Duren situation, free agency-wise, we have felt like Trajan Langdon has played it pretty well. Like Trajan Langdon has handled this situation kind of the exact way that you would want a smart general manager to do. Where on the flip side of the Dylan Larkin trade situation, Steve Yzerman has handled it, I don't know, terribly, but I guess I don't know what card he's dealt if he can only try to work with those other teams. So nonetheless, I think it probably is Jalen Duren. I would probably agree with you, but Dylan Larkin is still certainly right there.
I mean, let's think about it, though. If this report is true that Dylan Larkin adds the Stars to the list, and then the first request upon Steve Yzerman is, can we have your 23-year-old superstar player who's untouchable? How does that not all make us look at, like, unless this is you start asking high, and then they see what you can get from that point on, which, like, you got to ask for something semi-realistic. Obviously, they're not going to one-for-one swap Dylan Larkin 30 for their center, the Dallas Stars center back in return, who's probably just a better asset than Dylan Larkin is. Like, why?
Not even probably. Yeah, he
just is. Why would Dallas do that? It's like, Steve, like, what is going on? What is it with these Detroit GMs just overvaluing their own guys in every single way? That is being mishandled very much so. To where, like, again, I'm just working under the belief that I think Dylan Larkin's going to end up back in Detroit. But if he's adding more teams, that makes me feel like he's trying to get out. It's here's more options to get rid of me.
More likely to be on the Piston or on the Detroit team next year, Duren or Larkin.
Duren.
Yeah.
Duren's not getting moved. I still think that's like 90 to 95% chance that he's back with the Pistons.
Would agree.
I would say with Larkin, it's like 65 to 70% chance that he ends up back in Detroit, and then maybe a 30 to 35% chance that he's moved.
You know a name that I did think about for most polarizing athlete in the last segment? This technically doesn't count because it's not a Detroit athlete. where are we at with Bryce Underwood?
Yeah. As soon as you said it wasn't Detroit, I was like, oh, this is for
like
sure Bryce Underwood.
I
he
think
might be
now
number one.
I think now going into year 2, most people are like, okay, let's go Bryce. Like people are in on Bryce Underwood. But last year if we just did it last season of everyone, Bryce Underwood I think would have been number 1, right? Like he was the most people were out on Bryce Underwood.
Well,
we're paying this guy $12 million. What are we talking? Lendenberg?
Yeah.
No, dude. People loved Lendenberg.
People love Lendenberg. Okay, yeah, I guess Michigan fans love.
They won the
Lendenberg.
title.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Bryce Underwood, the Michigan fans themselves couldn't figure out if they liked him or not.
I couldn't figure out if he was good. It's like he has all these traits, but he can't actually throw the football.
Right.
Well, he can throw it, but it's coming at you 110 miles an hour like a missile launcher. I think this year with Bryce Underwood being, having a quarterback's coach, I would expect to step forward. But if it's more of the same from last year, Michigan's got a problem on their hands. And it's the fact that they're paying a quarterback $10 million to not be that good. That's part of the reason, like, I worry about NIL athletes, too. You just handed a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid $10 million, and it's like, okay, is he going to stop working because he feels like he got it made? Because he already feels like he's the best athlete to ever come out of Michigan? Like, is that part of it going to make kids and these superstar athletes, like, a little bit more content and not have that drive? I think it's crazy to say that that's not a possibility. I'm not accusing this happening already of Bryce Underwood, but big picture-wise, how can this not be happening across college football a little bit, across college athletics? Get a big-time payday a little bit earlier than you expect, and all of a sudden you stop fighting for everything like it's tooth and nail. It's interesting. 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitts. Curveball Collectibles calling all collectors, sports fans, enthusiasts. Curveball Collectibles is your one-stop shop for everything in the trading card world. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, Curveball has the latest sealed hobby boxes, raw and graded cards, and autographed sports memorabilia from top brands like Fanatics and Topps. Stop in today. Curveball Collectibles, an exclusive shop over in Saginaw.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9.
Studios. This is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
I'll tell you what, the Detroit Tigers, they are one of the hottest teams that we have in baseball today. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games. They're flying up the standings. Scooble's pitching great, as always. Mize is pitching well. Flaherty's been pitching well. But the guy who's levitating above everybody right now in terms of stealing our attention is Troy Melton. What this guy has been able to put together over his last 3 or 4 starts, really since he came back this entire season, has been nothing short of spectacular. He has a 1.8 ERA. He's a .8 whip. Guys, that would rank second and second in baseball if he was qualified. Only behind Jacob Mizorowski, who's having the best pitching season in Major League Baseball this year. That's the type of company that Troy Melton is in right now. Again, he's not a qualified pitcher, but man, that doesn't mean he's not pitching at an amazing level. I am comfortable calling Troy Melton the ace of this team basically right now. Like, every time Troy Melton had started a game, we were like, he could be the ace of the team next year. He's looking like he might be the ace of the team one day. No. After last night and stacking like 4 of these performances on top of each other and having a career high in strikeouts and him showing a little bit of emotion, which to me says that he's got a lot of confidence going for himself right now too when he gets out on the mound, I really do think that Troy Melton, basically now, like, I've mentally moved on from Tarek Skubal. Troy Melton right now can basically be viewed as the ace of this team, at least in my mind, in my figment of my imagination. I think this guy is pitching at an exceptional level, and he is just as much, if not more, of a reason why the Tigers are climbing back up the standings than Tarek Skubal right now. I mean, hell, man, the Tigers are 5.5 games out from first in a wild of the AL Central, and they're 4 games out from a wild card spot right now. Troy Melton is just as much a reason why as anybody else, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this all day. Like, I'm just all in on Melton. It's not like he can take over as the ace of the team. He is the future ace of the team. No, he just is right now, because I moved off of Tarek Skubal, and the Casey Mize discussion is up in the air whether or not he'll be on this team or not. And even if, like, Casey Mize was still on the team, he's not the ace of the team. He's a solid number 2. Like, he's a great guy to have as the number 2 guy. Troy Melton is a 25-year-old. Like, he's the future of the Tigers, and he's the now. And so that's what's got me most excited. It's nothing against Jackson Jobe. It's nothing against even Keider Montero, who eventually is going to rejoin the starter spot. I did just see we got a YouTube chat about Montero, and I texted you this last night. Like, Keider Montero coming in relief for Troy Melton last night. I mean, that was just what a time to be alive. Like,
it was awesome.
Melton into Montero. Like, the future is here, and it's now.
The future of this team feels very bright in terms of the rotation, and that's if you lose Skubal, Mize, and Flaherty. You could lose all 3 of them, and I still feel pretty good about the rotation moving forward.
Just the core, yeah, exactly.
With Melton, who's now the head of the table, Jobe, who is rehabbing back, and Montero, who's just like showing every sign that he should be in the starting rotation.
And then you're still going to have Reese Olson returning next year, who, like, if he's a back-end rotation guy, like, he's been totally capable of being that so far in his major league career, just hasn't been able to stay healthy. And you have Framber Valdez as your veteran guy. Like,
who you think is just due to have some bounce back to him at some point.
Hopefully tonight.
Yeah.
But, like, even you just look at Melton's game log so far. Like, the true stuff of an ace is guys that don't have blow-up starts. He just doesn't have them. He had the one start against the Twins where he gave up 4 runs in 5 innings, but, like, the Tigers' offense came to play that day, and it never was an issue. They won 10-4. Like, he has not had a blow-up start all year. Yeah, I know he hasn't had, like, an insane amount of starts this season because he did come back from injury, so He's still well capable of having it, but through 8 starts this year, like, this guy started 4 games last year. He's all like last year he was the Swiss Army knife. He was the Kiter Montero role where he was in the pen a ton. And as an opener, like those 4 starts, I think at least one of those, he was just an opener.
Yeah.
He has been a full bore starter this year. No even sense of being a relief pitcher, being in that Kiter Montero role. And he's been dominant the second since he started. Like, that is what's most exciting about it. And he's done it in every different way. We saw early in the season, he's going to pitch 8 innings against the Tampa Bay Rays. He can go deep into games. He can get a ton of swing and miss. The Ks have gone up and up and up ever since he's continued this season. Like, he's showing every sign that you want out of a true ace, and that's why the belief is there.
Okay, hold on. This is insane, Kyle.
Yeah, you seem not interested in this conversation.
No, I am interested, and I back everything that you're saying, because I do think Troy Melton has essentially arrived. Like, we everything up until this point has been Troy Melton is coming. Troy Melton looks like one of the better aces. Troy Melton has arrived. He is here, full-fledged. This tennis match, though, again, the woman from the Czech who's ranked 10, right, took the first set or match, whatever's the bigger thing. Coco Gauff took the second. They're now tied. They're in the 10-point match tiebreaker right now. No one can get the lead on each other. So they're tied 6-6 in terms of, like, hey, who's going to take this best 2 out of 3? But you know how it's supposed to go, like, love, you played four.
Yeah.
Now it's 7-7 in terms of the tiebreakers. So all they're trying to do is win by 2, and nobody can do it. So it's like
they just keep going back and forth.
It's like if we were playing to 11 in 1-on-1, win by 2,
right,
and it was 18-18.
Forth, right.
This is insane.
Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing that right now.
I almost want to just, like, I don't think most people in our YouTube or anything care about this tennis match.
Coco Gauff is she's a pretty big star.
Correct. And now she's down 1. Like, I'm as far as I'm concerned.
I'm telling you, this can be me tomorrow, man. Jannik Sinner versus Novak Djokovic in the semifinals on the men's side tomorrow. Like, I'm not like a huge tennis guy, but I will always watch Sinner or Alcaraz when they're playing, and it's Djokovic going against Sinner. Like,
yeah,
I will be tuned. That's at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Yeah,
I like the women for tennis a lot. I don't really know what it is, but I think there's more characters with it, similar to how there's a ton of characters in, like, women's college basketball a couple years ago. Between Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka and Serena coming back, and that's basically all. And Anna Fry. Those are basically the only tennis players I know. But
what about Sabalenka? I think Sabalenka is the best one in the world.
That sounds right.
Yeah, she is. She must have. She lost to Osaka this year in the 3rd round, in the 4th round actually. Okay.
Oh my God! Now it's 8-8. This is crazy.
Okay, so
the
Sabalenka lost to Osaka, and then Osaka lost to the girl who's playing Coco Gauff right now.
And I'll give her some credit, man. She, like, has fallen on the ground a couple times. It looked like she was cramping. She had an ice pack on her head. She was holding her stomach. She might have, like, hurt her abdomen or something. I don't know what's going on, but, like, they've been playing for 2.5 hours.
This is to go to the championship.
Yes, and they've been playing for 2.5 hours. They just flashed the clock like a couple minutes ago. It's been 2.5 hours of them going back and forth. This is insanity.
So much tennis.
8-8 now. So, like, I'm not going to do play-by-play for this, but Chris Fowler's on the call right now. This is on ESPN.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is crazy, man. In Carolina,
there's probably some big-time stars there.
Oh, yeah. They keep showing both of their families, it looks like, and they are, like, losing their minds. It's always fun in tennis because, like, obviously it's a gentleman's sport. You're supposed to, like, stay quiet in the crowd. But when the crowd, like, senses the moment, it's just like, no, we're going to be loud every single time. That is when it gets really rowdy. And it becomes a really fun event.
Yeah, Coco Gauff last major win was 2025 French Open.
She's got a chance right here. I think she
right
just
now
took,
to take.
Yeah, she just went up 9-8. This would be like when we play 1-on-1 at the gym. It's like 20-20. It's like, what were you guys playing to?
Yeah, that's
11.
That's actually ridiculous.
This is nuts. Nobody can win 2 in a row. I had a hard time understanding what this is. It a match or a set? That's the bigger thing.
Match point is like the game over. Set point is like but there's no set point when it's 1-1 like this.
Correct.
Yeah, match point is to win the entire thing.
Oh my God! And it goes to 9-9. You know what?
This is unreal. I'll give it back to a Tigers thing while you figure this out. because Esco in our YouTube chat, this is pretty interesting. He said, hey, we talked at the beginning of June about what it would take for us to get back into this team. So he's doing a callback right here, which this is pretty good. And he says, I said they would have to go somewhere around 20-10. Well, they're 20-12 over their last 32.
Yeah.
Getting healthy. They're starting to bring me back, he says. Okay, Esco. I like that callback. That's pretty good. I said they would have to do reverse of May, which they went, 6-22 in May?
Yeah, so they haven't done quite that.
But that's like, I was mainly being hyperbolic when I said that. They've done like essentially good enough.
To get you to buy back in?
But like I'm not, though.
Okay. 989-837-6125. Life happens fast, and at Yiter Insurance Group, they're here to make sure you're covered every step of the way. Locally owned and trusted in Midland for decades, they treat you like family, not just another policy number. From home and auto to business and life insurance, Yiter is the right coverage for every stage of life. Expert advice and real people you can actually talk to. That's Yiter Insurance Group. We'll be there when you need us since 1940. That is your 11 o'clock sponsor.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9. Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, 989-837-6125. So welcome back in. Who do we think is
Did Coco Gauff win?
No, Coco Gauff did not win. What a crazy match, though. What did that get you, 10-10?
I think so, yeah.
She won 12-10? Yeah, Gauff got out of there really quick. I think that's the best tennis match I've ever seen. I think that's the best tennis match in the history of tennis. I think that's what I just watched for the last 2.5 hours.
Sure.
Who do we think is the most polarizing player that we have here in Detroit sports? Because I think it's Jalen Duren. I think there's an argument for Tarek Skubal. I think there's an argument for Riley Green. You make a pretty compelling case that Jared Goff should have an argument. I think, and maybe this is more so me just thinking like...
You're a Goff fan. I think that's kind of blinding you a little bit.
But I think it's me thinking Goff brought me in. Like I was Mr. like we can never get it done with Jared Goff, and then he brought me in. So maybe that's blinding me to where like
sure.
Now I'm looking around thinking, how has he not brought anybody else in? He's like incredible. He's in a magnificent pocket quarterback. Why do people not understand this? I didn't understand it, and now I do. And maybe, coming around and joining that club has made me realize or made me think why has nobody else done this? So I think you make a compelling case to why Goff should be in here as well. Torkelson, a little bit. Larkin, big time. Skubal, I still think is tremendously polarizing in terms of some people hate him. Some people think it's atrocious and hate the organization if they don't re-sign him, when I think most people have just accepted that it's not going to happen. I think the answer is ultimately Jalen Duren.
Yeah, the Goff thing for me is just with Jalen Duren, and I think you can make this case for a lot of the guys, Duren could just re-sign, come back, and play great again, and or have a good playoffs next year, and all of that would be washed away, right? There's a way to get out of it. With Dylan Larkin, I don't know. I guess if he gets traded, then obviously you can't. He's not a Detroit athlete anymore.
Right.
With Riley Green, with Spencer Torkelson, with all these guys, they could just improve their game, or Torkelson could continue to suck, and everybody would be out on him. With Goff, what else can he do? With Goff, it's so drastic. He needs to win the Super Bowl for that group of people that are you can't win a Super Bowl, Jared Goff. You have to win it to get out of that. That's not what the ultimatum is for all those other guys to no longer be polarizing, right?
Very true.
So I think that's why I feel that way about Goff, because the people that are anti-Goff are so stubborn about it, where there's nothing that's going to change their mind. Whereas all those other guys, yeah, there's clear, Jalen Duren could just have a good playoffs a year from now, and people will be back in on him.
It is so weird how much people have gone to the Jared, to the extreme with Jalen Duren.
Yeah,
there's nothing that he could do to win over people. There are some people that are so anti Jalen Duren right now that I feel as if is this guy ever going to be welcomed back into the city with a full embracement? I don't know. That's part of a concern to me, that he could be phenomenal and average 24 points a game and 12 rebounds per game, and it's still going to be nah, we don't really like him that much, all because of one thing. And you're seeing that happen with Riley Green, to where no, he fixed all the things that people got mad at him for, and now people are just finding new reasons to be mad at him, even though he's having his best year of his career this year without all the home runs, which is pretty impressive. He's very limited in terms of the home runs that he's hitting this season. He's got 9 right now, 9 or 10 right now.
Yeah.
And hit 36 last year, a number he's clearly not going to get to, yet is still having his best production offensive season ever, because he has the highest walk rate of his career, and people are still just nah. But he struck out 205 times last year.
But he's not clutch.
Yeah, it's people always
He's got
find new
13
stuff.
homers, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel people are now, that's happening to Jalen Duren. I'm not sure what he could do other than go dominate a playoff series and be the best player in it to shut people up.
Which I think that's what's going to make it interesting when he does eventually get this contract. What is it going to be an all-time negative reaction no matter what it is? Because if he does get something low $30 million per year annual value, that's a really good contract for an All-NBA player. But I don't know if the fans that are out on Duren are going to be able to recognize that, right? They should have upgraded. Oh, that's too much money for a guy that was that bad in the playoffs. I don't know.
It is bizarre, right? Why we're so, not me and you, but the Detroit sports fandom in general is just so quick to turn on these guys that it is a little bit bizarre of that's the only way I can put it's the only word I have for it. It's just bizarre how quickly people are to turn on guys, and then it's like we're all traumatized from something where it's like, yeah, we are not allowing this person to be in our hearts again. It's weird. We're closed-doored. We're closed-minded on athletes that we have a bad experience with one time. And I would just encourage people to be a little bit more open about specifically Riley Green and Jalen Duren getting better, because that's what happened with Riley Green. And I think there's a very good chance we can see Jalen Duren take a big step forward next season.
I really
hope so.
Yeah, exactly. And worth noting, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren are really tight. It's just
buds.
If you're out on Duren returning, that's not good for Cade. And keeping Cade happy is a main priority, of course. Jeff Passan, by the way, did just put out a article. Top trade candidates for contenders. The Tigers were not one of the contenders, by the way.
Shocker.
But they put out a dream trade candidate or a best trade candidate for each team. LA Dodgers, Tarek Skubal, the only other Tiger on the list. Casey Mize of the Chicago Cubs is who they put on there. No other Tigers on the list, but thought that was interesting.
I think it's interesting, too. All right. When we come back, we'll hit the news. We'll do a couple more things to close out the show. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Minute. I already told you the 11 o'clock hour is brought to you by Yider Insurance. What I didn't tell you is that when it comes to trees on your property, trust the professionals at Legendary Tree Care. From routine trimming and tree removal to energy storm cleanup, and their experienced team provides safe, reliable service that you can actually count on. Legendary Tree Care is proud to serve Mid-Michigan with strength, safety, and the skill to keep your property looking its best. Storm alert for Mid-Michigan homeowners. The winds are strong, and it's left fallen trees that are hazardous, branches on your property. Call Legendary Tree Care for quick, reliable storm cleanup. The expert service that gets your yard looking back to normal.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We're live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Kyle Sandel, take it away with the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
Bro, how's it 67.6 degrees in this room? It's freezing in here.
It's freezing in there. Every time I go in there, it's like way colder in there.
I'm going to go turn up the thermos.
Okay, sure. While he does that, I'll let you know about the community calendar presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. We got Loons baseball here all weekend. Just kidding, we don't. We have Great Lakes Pontooners baseball Thursday through Sunday. The Loons or Great Lakes will be adopting their alternate identity Thursday through Sunday, the Pontooners. A lot of fun stuff going on this weekend with that. So if you want to come check it out, there's games tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. All of it, you know the whole shindig. Come out, loons.com. Okay.
Wait. I have lots to say about Pontooners.
Okay, he has a lot to say about the Pontooners.
First of all, who set it to 65 degrees in here? That's what the thermostat was set to.
I don't know.
65 degrees?
Not me.
What crazy mind did that?
Yeah, that actually is crazy. That should not be like that.
That's so cold. I turned it up to 70.
It's like a fair number, yeah.
If it's like 85 outside, I guess I understand turning it down a little bit, but setting it to 65 is nuts.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Who did that? I blame John because he sits right there during the Loons games. So I'm gonna.
It for sure wasn't him, but I'm on board to blame him.
I've got goosebumps, man. By the way, perfect temperature to have your house at 70. That's the perfect one.
I think I'm at 70 right now.
Yeah, that's the good one.
Now, if I was not living alone in a rented apartment place, if I was like an adult with real adult money in a home,
you're an adult.
I would be at 68 probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's just a little too cost. I got to be a little cost efficient. I gotta go 70, 71 in that range. But ideally, 68, I think is perfect.
See, I'm like a sicko. You know how when it's really hot outside and the sun's beaming and you get in your car, it's crazy hot. I won't roll my windows down sometimes. I'll be no, I kind of enjoy being in a sauna here for a couple of minutes, and then once I start sweating, I'll roll the window down.
It's not a sauna. It's just hot.
It's just really hot. I like it. It's really a comfortable feeling. Okay, Pontooners. This is one of the most fun weekends that we have here at the ballpark every year, and this isn't me just doing the lip service of the Loons of trying to get tickets promoted. I love Pontooners weekend. The merchandise is awesome. The jerseys are sweet. The hats are even cooler. You've got a chance to come, check out a really special atmosphere. It's either today or tomorrow or Saturday. I can double check. The jerseys that they're wearing are going to be featured on SportsCenter, this upcoming weekend. Yes. So there is some really cool stuff.
They haven't been revealed yet, right? I don't think so.
I think they have.
I don't think so.
Is that right?
I don't think they have.
No, I don't believe that. They're on SportsCenter July 11th. So Saturday they're going to be on SportsCenter. Yeah, this is some really cool stuff. You guys are doing potentially a broadcast from a boat
tomorrow
down on the concourse.
Yep, tomorrow, that's the plan. We're going to be on the pontoon. It's a little bit awesome. Weather permitting today. We might as well just do it tomorrow night. Can't do it on Sunday because it's going to be too hot during the day.
And it's super
Friday
splash
night.
Sunday.
Yeah. We don't want to get super splashed out there. So we're going to do it tomorrow night. Yeah, if you want to see me and John on a boat.
So families, if you're looking to do something fun this weekend, kids, bring your kids here on Sundays. Kids eat free here at the ballpark on Sundays.
And bring your bathing suits.
Yes, because there's going to be some sort of slip and slide or slip and slide adjacent. There's going to be basically a mini water park. There's going to be a ton of fun stuff. I have a feeling if we play games on the field, I might have to wear my bathing suit because I might be getting a little wet.
Somebody's going to super splash you for sure.
Super splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this weekend, a lot of fun stuff. Yacht Rock, I think, is tonight. It's just a fun, once in a anybody can go to a baseball game. Going to a baseball game that's pontoon themed, specifically to Michigan, This is the only place in the country that's happening. So come on out.
Yep. It's not Loons baseball. It's Pontooners baseball this weekend. And guess what? The team's really good. So that helps as well. They've won the first 2 games of this series. They're first place in the Midwest League East right now in the second half. The team rocks. So that's another good reason to come out. Okay, let's move on. The Genesis Scottish Open is underway this morning. We've got 4 competitors tied at 5 under through their first round, including Tom Kim and Rory McIlroy at the top of the leaderboard there. This is always a pretty fun one because this is, of course, the week before the British Open, which is the last major of the 2026 PGA Tour season. That is next weekend. So this is kind of the lead into it. All of your headliners are playing in this PGA Tour-wise. So we'll keep an update tomorrow with that.
Wait, so there's only one more major the rest of the year? And then there's not a Ryder Cup this year either?
No Ryder's Cup this year.
Is there something in place of that, or is golf just done after next
Well, I mean,
weekend?
there's still the rest of the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but those don't matter. Is there like an
They certainly
actual
do.
event that matters after the
BMW Championship, the PGA Tour Championship, the St. Jude? Like, if you care about that, if you care about the Tour, then sure.
The PGA Championship's not a major?
The Tour Championship.
Oh.
The PGA
What's the
Championship
FedEx
is
Cup?
earlier. The FedEx Cup is the Tour, like the end of the Tour. Yes.
Okay.
That's the Tour Championship. So there's still plenty of stuff to be played for. And you have the Rocket Classic coming up, too, by the way, in Detroit, so that'll be pretty fun.
I could have swore that already happens, but I guess not.
It has not happened, yeah. So, yeah, we'll keep up with the rest of the Scottish Open going on this weekend, though. It's always a pretty fun one. See if Rory McIlroy can continue to do good over there in Europe. Other stuff going on in the news. The World Cup returns today. France versus Morocco. It's at 4. They're going to play the winner of Spain-Belgium, which is tomorrow. And then we got 2 games on Saturday. So we are hitting the nitty-gritty of the World Cup in the quarterfinals. Of course, no Team U.S. We have decided to adopt Team Norway, right? Are we doing that as a collective?
Yeah, I'm like always going to enjoy watching the Messi experience, but I do think Norway is like the guy.
That's like the team
that
I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
Like but I'm not like not rooting for other teams. But yeah, I think I'm rooting for Team Norway. So the Ben Bosscher Show is adopting them as our new team. I'm going to buy a jersey. It's going to be crazy. We got big news coming out of Michigan, University of Michigan, that is. Sharon Moore stuff, it's not over. Paige Shiver, the ex-assistant whom ex-football coach Sharon Moore had a long-standing affair with, is suing the University of Michigan over records. Shiver and her team believe the university is violating Michigan public records law by hiding key documents involved in the investigation. So, yeah. That's that. Not a lot of news to go with that. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Lord Manuel, every day he has a job. It's a miracle.
Yep, that's true. This weekend, it's All-Star Weekend, of course, in baseball coming up, or like next week is, which includes the Futures game in Philadelphia with minor league players. One of the guys for the Tigers that was supposed to be in that game, Tyrone Lorenzo, will no longer be in the game. He is dealing with a left index finger injury that requires stitches, so he's been on the injured list. He will not return in time for that. So replacing him is Max Anderson of AAA Toledo, who's having a really good year for the Tigers. So he will now be playing in the Futures game. That's pretty fun.
Scott Harris is like, told you. Told all you. He's an
Both
all-star. He's an all-star
Lorenzo,
Futures game
great
guy.
return. And Max Anderson, we couldn't trade him. Untouchable. And Verlander, all-star pitcher that I signed, by the way.
Yep. Pat myself on the back.
Quinn Costello is coming back to U of M. He was the last remaining incoming freshman for the Wolverines that had yet to announce his retainment to the university. He was the second highest player ranked out of that incoming freshman class behind the 5-star Brandon McCoy. A lot of high hopes about Costello, even as soon as next year playing for the Wolverines. So that's big news. Batting 1,000 right now is Mike Boynton Jr.
You told me this news earlier today, and I went and looked it up, and I saw a picture of him. And I maybe have seen a picture of him before, maybe not. I don't like him. He just has the most punchable face of all time. And I'm speaking kind of negatively about probably someone who's 17 years old.
Yeah.
This kid looks so soft.
A minor potentially, yeah.
He looks so soft. He looks like he could be the bully in a Netflix show.
You know who he looks like, bro? You ever seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl? He looks like the evil kid in that. God, what the hell is it? Starts with an L because he wears the big shirt with an L on it. Oh, I forget that kid's name. Linus. Linus is his name. He looks like Linus from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. We're just saying stuff that both people, you probably don't know what Costello looks like or Linus, but
look up a picture
but
of
if
him.
you know, you know.
This is for sure Michigan State's next, like, I hate this guy type of player. He just looks like he's going to be annoying.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you there.
You know what he looks
That
like?
is the most Ben take ever, though.
And he looks annoying.
This minor looks like a jerk. I could punch this kid.
Yeah.
Like,
he looks like he should be doing like TikTok video. Like, in my mind, this guy is doing a TikTok video with like 6 girls with him because he's just like friends with all the girls.
he does look like a very stereotypical 2026 teenage high school kid.
Yes.
Like his face and hair does. Yes.
Yeah. He makes the TikToks and I don't know.
Big on the TikTok stuff, I guess, huh? One more thing. Actually, 2 more things here in the news. First off,
Sure.
college basketball news adjacent here. Serbian forward Nikola Kusturica.
Nailed it.
Sounds like Costa Rica, the country. I don't think that's right. He's reached a multi-year agreement to play for the UCLA Bruins, he's in the range to be projected number 1 overall pick in the 2028 NBA draft.
Whoa.
He is signing as a 17-year-old to play with UCLA over the next 2 seasons. So he won't be eligible for the 2027 draft, but he is signing with UCLA to play this season and then play next year and potentially go to the draft in 2028. So this is kind of cool. I know
That's fascinating.
I know a lot of people have issues with the way college basketball is, and obviously the way this is phrased, reached a multi-year agreement with UCLA. I don't know. I think it's cool. A player from overseas is coming to play in college basketball, and it's going to be here for 2 years as well.
Yeah, guaranteeing that like a top prospect is going to be in college basketball for 2 years. That is a huge win. So congrats to what are you laughing at? I was going to say congrats to Mick Cronin, but congrats to college basketball in general.
Yes.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, it is. Gary just nailed this. Quinn Costello looks like the kid who blows up the toys in the first Toy Story movie. He does, dude. That kid also kind of looks like Linus. So that's kind of the vision that I was looking at there.
Just like an evil, like, oh, this kid's just like
evil, yeah, for sure. One more thing in the news. Conor McGregor is, of course, fighting this weekend. This has not been talked about enough, by the way. I heard someone talk about how this has like not been marketed nearly well enough by the UFC, and I totally agree. It's Conor McGregor fighting, and it's like this weekend, and it's just not being talked about enough. He says that he is the UFC's greatest featherweight fighter of all time, and this is going to help prove it. Obviously, this is not going to be a featherweight fight, but he was just talking about it in that light. Same with Max Holloway, who fought in featherweight for the longest time. This is not being fought as in that weight class, but still, just think that it's pretty interesting that McGregor is talking like this without fighting in 5 years.
I think he is the greatest featherweight of all time.
Like
He's certainly not the best fighter of all time.
I mainly just wanted to use it as a way to talk about this because we haven't talked about it much. Maybe tomorrow we can do a little bit more of a preview about it.
He's not the favorite. He's like a big underdog, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't realize, too, these guys fought.
Oh, yeah.
But they fought like only one time because I thought they'd never fought before. They fought in 2013 as like the opening fight of a UFC fight night. It wasn't even a card. It was a UFC fight night, and they were like fight number 1.
Crazy, right?
And it was McGregor Holloway, which is just, it's very crazy to think about it that way.
I know at one point McGregor was like plus 350. He's plus 182 right now. There's just got to be a crazy amount of money coming in on him. And I'm for sure going to be a part of that.
100%.
There's no way, like, I love Max Holloway, but I for sure will be betting on a Conor McGregor knockout at some point.
There's just like no way he wins, right?
McGregor?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like,
all I want to bet is, you know what? I just want to bet on
Patty
this.
Pimblett is on this card?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. I was going to say, I just want to bet on it to be a KO or TKO. That's minus 310 either way for that to be how the fight ends. Because I have a feeling that's just how it's going to go.
I like McGregor, too, and it's going to be hard to not root against him. But, like, Max Holloway has had 4 pretty humongous fights in a row going back the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone Gaethje, Topuria, Poirier, Charles Oliveira. Like, those are his last 4 fights. 4 just main, huge fights.
Conor McGregor to have 1 takedown is plus 260.
Wow. So they just think Holloway's going to kill him.
Well, Holloway to have a takedown is plus 360. They think these guys are going to be on their feet the whole time. Wow. I can't wait. What's the craziest thing we can bet on? Each
Right.
fighter to win by submission in the first 2 minutes of round 1. Wait, each fighter to win? Oh, either fighter to win by submission. Yeah, submission, probably not going to happen. McGregor to win by submission in the first 30 seconds of round 1, plus 30,000.
I was gonna say that's even higher than I thought it was gonna be.
300 to 1. All right. Yeah, we'll maybe touch on that more tomorrow. All right, this is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. I'll be honest, I don't really know anything about technology. That's why I trust Link Technology in Midland. They handle all the complicated stuff like IT support, cybersecurity, cloud solutions, networking, so I don't have to stress about any of it. Whatever your business needs, their team knows exactly what to do. They make it easy on you to understand along the way. That's Link Technology, the experts to keep your business running smoothly so you can focus on what you do best.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, 989-837-6125. Welcome back into the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitts. We've got 3 traditions to close out each and every show, the first of which I like to call our Lock of the Day.
Lock of the Day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Okay, we hit yesterday, so we finally got a win, so go us. Go ahead and update us on where we're at, Kyle, through July.
Yeah, you did hit yesterday, but it was a minus 138 bet, so it didn't do like a ton for you. I told you, man, the Troy Melton alt strikeout should have been the move.
Yeah, you were right.
Over 4.5. Dude hit 9 of them. Crazy.
You were right.
So you're now 0.63 units down in July, so you can get it back to up above 500 today with a win. Plus, you're 1.38 units down on the week, 1 and 2 on the week. So a pretty important day today. If you don't hit today, tomorrow's going to be kind of a tough one. What are you doing today? You can't do Wimbledon because that's already done.
No, today I'm going with Kylian Mbappe to score a goal for Team France in the World Cup. World Cup's back in our lives today, man. We've got some really good games going on, not just today, but tomorrow and on Saturday as well, where we've got the double games. This game's at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to go with Kylian Mbappe to score a goal out in Foxborough. So it's France-Morocco today, Spain-Belgium tomorrow, and then Saturday, our team, Norway versus England at 5.
Our team.
Argentina versus Switzerland at 9. The fact that we're going back-to-back games of first we're going Harry Kane and Erling Haaland right into a Messi game, I'm all in. I'm all in on Pontoon or Saturday.
Yeah, for real. Argentina, Switzerland, both coming off of just the most dramatic wins possible. Like Switzerland goes to pens, and it comes down to the wire to get their win. And then Argentina, obviously, the way that they won. Both of those, very exciting.
I'm just on ESPN's schedule for the bracket right now. Lowest ticket available for Hard Rock Stadium, Norway versus England. Just take a stab.
Lowest ticket, is cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea how expensive
guess.
these are. I mean, I would assume you could probably get in nosebleeds for I don't know, $600.
Oh, brother.
Is it that? Is it way more?
$2,000 to get in.
$2,000
That's what it says.
for a football, a football stadium that seats so many people. That's crazy. I guess maybe I should have thought of it in Lions terms and then multiplied it. Yeah.
I'm going to Ticketmaster. Hold on. I want to see.
2,000. That's the cheapest to get in.
Yeah, for Saturday. So I'm on Ticketmaster.
I mean, what's it going to be for
July 11th?
The big games? I mean, these are big games, but I'm talking semifinal, final.
The lowest price to get in on Ticketmaster is $2,500.
Oh my goodness!
And that is for a nosebleed. To actually sit in the lower bowl.
That one's in Miami.
Yeah, $8,000. But most of the tickets are already sold.
I'm telling you, bro.
There's not a lot of tickets available, so I don't know who. I don't really.
The people
understand
from
this.
overseas that came over for the World Cup that have just been hanging for weeks.
They've got money.
You've got crazy money. Yeah. Shout out to those people, man.
Anyway, that is our lock of the day. Mbappe.
Lock of the Day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
You can get crazy money off the lock of the day you can go to all these games. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All you have to do is bet $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, next is our game of the day.
Game of the day.
Well, here's the thing. You got a bunch of baseball games on today. You've got France at 4 p.m. That kind of qualifies. I usually don't like doing day games. Does it?
I mean, the game of the day already happened. It was that Coco
tennis
Gauff tennis match. Yeah.
That's where you're wrong.
You have something else.
The real game of the day is happening at 5:30 on Amazon Prime. It's the Pistons Summer League
Oh,
game.
you're right. I've totally forgot about that. Mentioned it yesterday, and I forgot to today.
Summer League Pistons versus
Bang.
76ers getting to watch
Let's
Abuka Akori tonight in this game. First chance to see the rookie. You know what? I'm going to say it's the Pistons Sixers just for the sake of it because this real sickos out there like you and I will watch this game, or at least every minute that Abuka Akori is out there. The real game tonight is Debanza versus Peterson.
Oh, really?
Debanza Peterson's tonight at 9 p.m.
Wizards Jazz?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Tonight at 9 p.m. You know what?
That's the game.
I'm just going
That's
with
the
that.
game of the day.
The game of the day is Jazz versus Wizards Summer League, 9 p.m. on ESPN in Las Vegas. Debanza versus Peterson. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's. Oh, but what about Dusty May versus Yaks though? I know that Dusty May's not coaching the Summer League team, but you got Merez versus Yaks at 7 on ESPN.
Sounds great to me too.
Dang, all of these games are on real TV. Half of them are on Prime, half of them on ESPN.
Look
at the NBA go, man.
I love the Summer League, man. I really do. I'm a sicko. I know you are too, so I know you appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Summer League rocks. It
Plus,
really
tomorrow, might be talking to a guy that's out there right now. Little bit of a tease.
I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Anyway, that is our game of the day.
Game of the day.
I got 2 words for you. Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must-see TV.
Michigan fans, they have nothing to worry about.
That's probably the last time I can use that.
Why?
Because Quinn Costello committed. That was the last straw.
Oh yeah, they have
legit
nothing.
Nothing to worry about.
There's one more person that's not committed to coming back. Only one. It's LJ Kaysen. It's the only guy.
Dude's not playing next year.
Exactly. So Michigan.
He doesn't
fans,
need to announce.
You got nothing to worry about.
Michigan fans, they have nothing to worry about.
Nice. Okay. Let us.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Do our final tradition, which is guessing Collins Open. I don't know whose turn it is to go first, nor do I know the score, other than that you scored yesterday.
I love how you say that every day. I can just tell you.
I know.
I can just let you know.
Is it 66 to 65?
Nope, it's 64-64 because I got another point yesterday. He did lead with Messi. You picked LeBron. I picked Messi. It was also a J-Mac show, which is worth noting because I would assume that means it's a J-Mac show today.
He was sick yesterday, Colin was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe he's back today. Anyway, 64-64. It is my turn to go first as well, so I got a chance to get 3 days in a row here and retake the lead. I'm going to pick... God, what would he lead with today? Christian Pulisic announced he has a microfracture and a bone bruise. Okay. I will go with... What could it be today? This is I have no idea. I'll go with LeBron. Screw it. I'll go with LeBron. There's been some Caitlin Clark stuff going on too, by the way. Weird Caitlin Clark stuff. I'll go with LeBron. Default LeBron.
Should I go
pick.
with Coco Gauff?
I was maybe just going to go back to soccer, but yeah, I'll just go default LeBron.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back to soccer. That's all I got.
Just back to, you're just getting soccer as a whole?
Yeah, World Cup.
You're getting the whole sport?
I'm drafting World Cup.
It seems like a cheat, but okay.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
I'm not really allowing it though.
I'll take Mbappe then.
Okay.
I'm just on a Mbappe default right now. Anyway, that's the show for us today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back tomorrow for a Friday show. Come on out to the ballpark this weekend. That's the Ben Bosscher Show live on the Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher